that was weird. What happened? Super weird. Hello, Hugo. How are you? How to restart my stream? It like quit going for some reason. Just with circles, and we don't want that. I don't know why that happened. It's good. If we could get some, if y'all are able to push like the hearts or like smiley emoji buttons, I do think that helps like it get pushed again. And that way we can get, because we have like 100 people in. And I will feed him a super worm again once we get more people in the stream, because that was awful. Thank you. It cut out right when I was about to feed him that super worm. So I'll get him another super worm. Don't you all worry. I just would rather everybody that was wanting to see be back in here. Dude, what are you doing? 313 Leak, thank you for the floating heart. Thank you. Peter, that's probably why. Well, that's like one thing. And what happens, people, what will happen, and you'll see a lot of people like, oh, I feed them super worms. And it's because they introduce them to super worms and then they want the food strike, and rather than they don't understand the whole, they're like, oh God, like maybe there's something wrong. And because it's the only thing they can get them to eat, they keep feeding them super worms. That, and you'll see really obese looking chameleons from that. We're back on. It did. Did you, what was the last thing you heard me say and or saw? Was I explaining about why we shouldn't have them as staple feeders? The super worms, or what? We are back, you guys. That was annoying because we have like 100 people in the stream. So I'm trying, if we can push the emoji buttons. I think that was, so I'd already said why, not like I already explained like super worms, just not where I was feeding them, right? There we go. We're coming back in. Okay, I'm about to feed him a super worm. I think my Wi-Fi did a thing. Okay. What's up? You like my eyebrows? I don't even like that. I just have eyebrows. You know, imposters, some people are just afraid of reptiles. That's okay. I will promise you, though, chameleon, like, they're not going to go and get you, okay? Hold on. Chameleons aren't going to come and hurt you. They're very, pretty chill. Y'all ready to see him eat a super worm? Because that's what we were about to do. And let me rephrase that. They'll let you know if they're not chill. So, like, I've had people that and even though I can't 100% guarantee the demeanor of a panther chameleon, I can kind of tell if they're going to be at least spicy ones, usually when they're about 4 months old. So when there's people that are like, hey, like, I really don't want a mean one, I'll really try my best to make sure I'm like, well, these guys are the ones that, you know. And I'm not suggesting that you're wanting a chameleon. I'm just saying, like, seriously, I'm not counting the babies I'm raising right now, but just with over 250 chameleons that I have either owned and or raised and sold, I've only been bit by 13, and most of them are young juveniles. Y'all ready to see him eat this super worm? All right, we're going to zoom in. Oh, dude. Ooh, I hate super worms. Good job, Helix. Yay! So, Felix, it depends. There's several things that will affect the price of panther chameleons. Males are more expensive than females, usually by a few $100s. Females are not as colorful. They don't live as long, and they are a little bit more difficult to take care of than males. Now, locales really affect, the locality of a panther chameleon really affects their price as well. So he is an Ambolobi panther chameleon. He's not for sale. Ambolobis on average, prices I would say are a normal range where you're not really getting taken advantage of, but you're also like, it's not a too good to be true type of deal. anywhere from $500 to $700, depending on the, or I would even go up to $750. There are some really, really good high quality lineages that truly deserve that higher price. That may or may not include shipping, depends on the breeder. His half brothers that I have right now that are juveniles, I'm asking $650, but that includes the overnight shipping, which that's anywhere from like $70 to about $100 depending on where you live. I'm in the St. Louis, Missouri area, so like Washington and California, they tend to be closer to the 100 to ship to. Now other locales like Abanja, Mr. Meeseeks. If you've seen my videos of Mr. Meeseeks, my Abanja, he's really beautiful. He's a different locale. He's still a Panther Chameleon, but he was $1,000 before shipping. And that he was on the higher end, but in that type, that phenotype of Abanja is usually about $700 to $1,000. When you get to your blurple Abanjas, they're way over $1,000 a lot of times. For proven males, I should say, proven males, like ones that are they know are fertile, they are very expensive. Woo! This is Helix. Helix is a Panther Chameleon. He is one I produced. He's a little over a year old. His birthday, believe it or not, was actually January 1st. Oh, no, I'm sorry, January 6th. January 6th is his birthday. He was born in 2025. So, Quinn Blake, it's a good question. I get asked it a lot. I mean, it's a good question because until I got into chameleons, I thought they would do that. It's a really big misconception that they change their color based on their surroundings or what they're touching. They are walking mood rings. They change their color based on temperature, like if they're basking, if they're overheating, if they're cold. They also change their color based on mood and like a form of communicating with each other. So we were all lied to. I thought the same thing until I got into chameleons. I was like, really? But here's the thing. Panther chameleons come in such a large range of colors that you'll just be blown away at the colorations that they are. My Boudreaux, he's a nosy bee. He is a Caribbean blue ocean color in different shades of it depending on if he's going to be darker or lighter, like turquoise. I mean, it's not turquoise. I really explain it's Caribbean Ocean. That's the best color name I could give it. You think he's big for a year-old? He's one of my smaller male panthers. Look, you want to see my largest male? No, Crafty. No. Here, let me get my largest male, John Gotti. He is still an Ambilobi locale. He is a red body blue bar. He is my largest male. It'd be cool if he would come out real quick just so I can briefly have Helix and him, and so you guys can see the difference in size with them. Hold on, let's see. But then I'm gonna put Helix up because I don't want to stress him out. So John Gotti was much bigger than this when he was a year old. This is John, but huge size difference. And this one, he'll be done growing when he's 18 months old. So he still has some growing left because he was born, he turned a year old back in January, but huge difference in size with them. I'm going to put Helix up. 313 Leak, thank you so much. I'm going to put Helix up real quick just because I don't want to have chameleon fights going on. I am not the Michael Vick of chameleons. So I'm not going to start throwing some, fight rings or anything. Like, we don't do that shit. All right, anyways, let's get John Gotti. He's almost 3 years old. He's like 2.5. He'll be, well, truly, I need to look at the actual information I have written somewhere because Big Polly, Gambino, and John Gotti I got from the same breeder, and they're all born different months, but like back to back to back. I think it was September, October, November, and I just get which one is which. So this is John Gotti. Huge difference. He's my biggest male. He won't change his color if I place a mommy. He's a red body blue bar. He is in the middle of shedding, but you can see on him like where he has had his shed and where, so you see the difference. Well, damn, he's already getting, here we go. Do you see the difference in the part that he is shed versus not shed? How much more vivid that is? And he's in his resting colors right now. When he fires up, which is a term that we use whenever they fire up for seeing another male panther, I'm going to try and catch up with chat real quick too after I show you this. But when he fires up, he looks pretty awesome. He gets all patriotic. This is John Gotti when he's fired up. I know my ring light's kind of blocking so these are his resting colors. This is he was about ready to throw some of his grippies. And yeah, I call their feet grippies because look at that, they grip on the thing. He used to be really ornery. This is one of the 13 that's bit me. He's the only one that was a full-grown, no, I'm sorry, Kenny Powers bit me as a full-grown male, but I hate counting that as one of the 13, but I do. But it's because I startled him, that's why. This dude used to be very territorial from like 9 months of age until before he was 18 months old, but after he was a year old. And he would I would be cleaning poo, or I wasn't trying to handle him. I would be cleaning poo or feeding him, and he would charge my hand in to get me. He's bit me several times, but has not bit me in a long time. He is 2.5 years old. He'll be 3 either on September, October, or November. I just forget which month because I got him, Gambino, and Big Polly. My other males, I got those males from Jonathan Hill, and they all had very close birth dates. Crafty, I know. Thank you, Red Liquid. Are y'all gonna want to see him eat a superworm? John Gotti is awesome. I love my John Gotti. God, I'm sorry you're not feeling good, Crafty. Let me see what you said, though, real quick. My name is Brittany. Thank you, Davon. Is it you and Danny? ZK, thank you for the gold coins. God, Crafty, no. All right, have you been able to go get antibiotics or anything? I have bred him. I actually have several of his babies that are growing up. Maui, my red body blue bar, Maui is one of his sons that I kept as a holdback. Okay. So Crafty and Davon. Okay, you guys are the mods. Okay. No, we don't want the inappropriate comments. I try, unless they're like just so out there, and then I acknowledge them because like genuinely sometimes they crack me up. I know a lot of people don't like to see them, so like inappropriate comments are not going to be tolerated. We are getting to the point of just straight up like banning, or however, I don't even know how y'all are doing that, but where you're not even around to see. So just so you know, if you actually enjoy just staying in the chat and chilling, just don't make the inappropriate comments because they're. And then when Danny comes back in, between Danny, Davon, and Crafty, you'll be out. I have been bitten by 13, so not that many really, compared to like how many with the number of chameleons I have. All right, I think she's sleeping. Well, no, I'm in a green and black top, you guys. And clearly, he's not matching. Clearly, he's not. Thank you. This is a Panther Chameleon. His name is John Gotti. He is an ambilobe locale. So locale represents a region of Madagascar you would find them in. There's over 34 verified locales. Every locale has their own unique colorations and markings. These guys, Panther Chameleons, have a very large range of color. This is considered, his phenotype is red body blue bar. Ambilobe has 5 different phenotypes. He is almost 3. John Gotti. Are y'all ready to see him eat a superworm? Okay. Let's get him a superworm. Yeah, let's do it. 313 League, thank you for the thumbs up. This one's not available. Now, the ones I do have available right now, they're old enough because I raised them until they're 3 to 4 months of age. He's actually the uncle of that clutch. So some of them may end up looking similar to him as well. So that's going to, they're going to have a lot of red on them. That was the whole purpose of that clutch. Of that pairing, I mean. Okay. Oh. We don't want one of my hairs. No, we don't. Let's zoom in. So y'all, oh. He's so ready for the superworm. Look at him. He's so ready. Get it, buddy. That. Good job, Johnny. It's so cool. So one of the only times you'll see both of their eyes lock in at the same thing is when they're about to eat. 303 Lake, thank you for the gold coin. Thank you. Oh, it's also, you truly don't have to be in here. Danny, haha. I don't know about iguana. I know in captivity they're mostly herbivores. I don't know if they'll eat Greg. That was Greg, the super worm. No, my legs aren't working. I can't stand up. Are they harmful to humans? Maybe to our wallets. Depending on how responsible of a person you are. I'd say your wallet. I only wanted one chameleon. Now look at me. We got lots of them. Florida man's doing good. I couldn't imagine my life without them, Ariel. Oh, really? You're like, I love Florida Man. Florida Man's pretty cool. John Gotti's like, in the wild, they are omnivores. Braxton, right? I do have a bearded dragon. His name's Dragonite. He's inside. We are in the garage. The chameleon garage is what we've converted it to. These guys, so crickets, dubia roaches, silkworms, black soldier-fly larvae. Those are good staples. Grasshoppers, get your grasshopper. I get mine from dragon hoppers. Like a grasshopper breeder. And then snacks would be like waxworms, hornworms, superworms. Definitely, I get 16,000 crickets a week shipped to me, so they definitely can eat crickets. Basically, it's like kind of like a Pokemon. He has the tongue attack. This particular chameleon Pokemon is a combo type of water and fire. Very rare. Very rare. Two conflicting types. Doesn't happen too often, right? Worms are considered living. Thank you. Dang. I'm gonna pin that. Hey, I'm gonna pin it, Danny. I'm pinning it. There we go. We pinned Danny, my mod Danny, her message. So y'all can see it. They like chocolate cover. I keep ants away from chameleons. Straight up. Ants are scary creatures. Ants are scary creatures. One of the craziest disturbing pictures I've seen in regards to animals would be a picture in a chameleon group on Facebook where a dude who had, I think he was in Arizona or New Mexico, and he kept his chameleons outside, and he woke up one morning, walked outside, and found his favorite male completely hollowed out by fire ants. Overnight, the fire ants just, you saw, as the picture he uploaded was like rib cage, like you could tell at one point that was a chameleon, but you saw bones and stuff. Very disturbing. Ants, Really, Crafty? Yeah, ants don't even. Yeah, it was a very crazy picture. And I was like, shoot. What can you do? Wait, what? Mari, how are you doing? Ooh, yeah, dang, what was that? What the fuck is it? This is a chameleon. It's a panther chameleon. Yeah, Nano, for real. Eric, are you talking about naming a... Oh. Braxton, you know what? Not really. I didn't like hurting bugs when I was a kid. Like, I told Cade, my boyfriend, because, like, he comes from a family where they're all, like, afraid of spiders, and I'm like, look, I don't like to kill spiders, like, unless it's a brown recluse, like, I don't give a crap. I will live with wolf spiders, you know, like, they're gonna help keep brown recluses out. But I told him, I was like, at the end of the day, like, I get it, like, I used to be terrified of spiders. However, if I ever see you squash a jumping spider, we're gonna have problems. Like that's the one. That's my line. That's my line right there. I can't really control, but if I don't, I have jumping spiders as pets first of all, but they're awesome. I love jumping spiders. What's your childhood PTSD? Oh, god dang, dude, Davon, yeah. Oh, that was the divider. Hey, I understand. You used to be terrified. Well, you know what? I'll be honest, like, just as a straight woman, sometimes women have it terrified to me. Like, shit, sometimes us girls could be mean. Like, you might think, like, oh, like, you are probably a mean girl or whatever in high school. No, I was I have over 200 reptiles. So, like, first of all, like, understand I was always a nerd. I love the orb weavers. They're beautiful. Any web spider's not going to mess with you. Like, they're not leaving. That's not what they do. They stay in their web and they wait for the prey to come to them. Wolf spiders might accidentally, but they don't want to disturb you. They're not going to just like, yeah, and come and get you. And even though I know brown recluses, hence recluse in their name, aren't like that either. But the fact that if they do accidentally bite me while I'm sleeping, even though I'm the one who applied pressure to them, for what can happen? And oh, sure, a lot of times it's a drive-by. A lot of times we're not as allergic to it as you might think. Shut the F up. No, we're not going to have them. That is my end. Oh, well, this one is John Gotti. This name is John Gotti. Are they good with kids? So, generally speaking, chameleons are the type of pet that are more of a look at than handling type of pet. You don't see me handle all my chameleons. There are some, and even some of my males, I will only do, like Boudreaux, my nosy bee, whenever I do handle him for you all in my lives, I only do it for a couple moments because he's getting better and is tolerating it more, but he's more of a scared chameleon. It is an individual chameleon thing, though, as far as their tolerance level for handling. Several of my males, including him, will walk out to me. And he used to be one, I would be like, no way, you cannot get this one for kids, because he used to bite. But then he got out of his little teenage punkhead phase, and he's very chill and is very nice. However, he's standoffish with strangers. I have some that don't care if you're a stranger or not. They're like, you probably got fooled because you're a walking tree thing. And they'll walk out to you. As far as constant all day long handling, absolutely not. Depending on, I have 3 kids, okay? 2 of them were basically born into the chameleon. So I've had them as babies with them. My youngest is 3 years old. My oldest is 7. So they know they can't just come in here and grab the chameleons. They are able to handle some of the chameleons with supervision, and they ask before. I don't let them handle all of the chameleons. There's a few that they can. They are able to help me. My oldest 2, my 7-year-old and 5-year-old do help me feed them. They are not old enough for me to be like, okay, go take care of the chameleon today. They're not old enough for that. So also it just is going to depend on your kid's maturity level. Like when I was 11, I feel like I'm confident if I had been taught how to take care of chameleons and what to do, me at 11, I know I would have been able to. My oldest son, if he wanted to, I believe he could when he was like 10, 11 as well. But you know your child. But they don't like to be like, they're not a living room pet. But I mean, like don't have them displayed in a high traffic area. How are they about? Braxton, my daughter, whenever she comes in here when I'm working, she'll get in front of she'll pretend she's live streaming. Like if I hold a chameleon, or if I let her hold a chameleon, she'll sit down and she'll like pretend that she's live streaming. And she's like, this is a chameleon, a panther chameleon. This one is red and blue. It's called a body bred blue bar. It's a bumblebee. She's trying her best, and it's so damn cute. Jay loves the chameleons. He does not like the camera part, but he likes to make funny jokes to try and get me in trouble. Like he'll like hide around the corner and say hilarious shit, and I'm just like, ugh. So I don't stream. Like it's very rare you'll see the kids on my streams, but the few times it's happened, I don't have a frilled neck. Chameleons are reptiles. Amphibians are not related to reptiles, and which is so crazy. They're actually more closely related to mammals. To be considered an amphibian, I guess they're actually born in water, right? That's the qualification for it. They can go in and out of water, but they have to actually be born in the water, right? Like crocodiles and alligators are reptiles, even though they live most of their lives they're in the water all the time. But I don't believe they're born in it, right? I know they're not born in it. I know they're made. So What? Yeah, you saw. This is my garage. He he's only 2.5 years. He's in his prime. He is in the middle of his prime. I do have some that are considered senior, but I would imagine I'm going to get more than 7 years out of them. Wait, yes, Davon, dude. I'm just like, here's the thing. Like, I need you all to understand. Like, if we can't handle, and I'm not trying to, I hate even saying this. I'm not trying to sound, I'm never going to be dressed like, what the fudge is she wearing? Like, girl, like, you're in a swimsuit. You're never going to see me. Like, anytime, I will 100% be in more clothes than the average woman at the gym, okay? But let me explain to y'all something. We be getting into the 40s here at night. We be getting into the 40s at night. This mother effing garage retains the heat just from my UVB lights. I've only introduced a few heat lamps. It doesn't get below 60 degrees in here overnight, okay? Without any lights on. I don't even have a heat source going. And I have the AC running. I have the AC running even when it's 40 degrees outside. 40 degrees outside at night. When it's summertime, y'all, I'm sorry, mod team. I can't. I'll be sweating so bad, profusely. I'll be, I'm sure. I mean, I'll get more like fans and stuff like that, but just saying. So I'm sorry, mod team. I'm just saying. I know, like, rant is over. It's over now. But anyways, I'm sorry. Colorado, I would love to visit. Jimmy, I'm not going to answer that question for you, but I mean, like, no, I have an AC unit. Dude, I know. Look at this guy. So cool you're in here from South Africa, John. That's so awesome. It's so cool that there's people from all over the world that are able to tune into this live stream with a girl that and her lizards that lives literally in the middle of the United States and Missouri, basically right in the middle of the country. And we're able to look at chameleons. And I know, well, in South Africa, are you able to get them as pets? I mean, this species is native to Madagascar. Are you all able to get panther chameleons in South Africa as pets? Some countries, like, you cannot. And these are different than the veiled. So the veiled chameleons are the ones that are mostly all green, and they have the really tall casques on them, the males do. And they are native to Yemen, I believe also South Africa, and like Saudi Arabia area. No, I have a window unit. Like my window, I have an air conditioning unit in the open window, but I don't want the windows open too much because then it will be, I don't want the crazy Missouri temperature fluctuations to really seep in here either. It's actually pretty awesome that it's able to get to 40 degrees outside, and I'm not attached to the heat, like my HVAC at my house. This is not attached to it. For actual heat, that if I needed to have heat overnight, I would have to use space heaters in here. But it's pretty awesome that in the 40s, like low 40s, that I'm able to it doesn't go below 60 because of just the retained heat from the daytime. He's very cool now. He's also trying to get, I know, it's so crazy. John, they're super protected. Oh, like you can't have panther chameleons in South Africa. Like you have to have a permit for them. That's pretty. Why won't the chameleon leave the jungle or rainforest? Well, these guys have been like, I have no wild caught. This guy has no wild caught chameleon is in his lineage, both dom and sire side. And I think the charts I have are at least 7 generations on both sides. So there wasn't a single, you're talking, so that's over 7 years. So probably closer to 10 years of, for sure, no wild caught. Panther chameleons have a very well established captive bred. Like if you're looking for a panther chameleon as a pet, there is no reason for you to get a wild caught. Like absolutely, like you can find good breeders that have had, I have Gambinos from 12 generations of selective breeding to get those gorgeous yellows. You don't see them look like him in a while. I wish we could block people. How high maintenance are they, Patrick? If you're still in here, I'm sorry. I was trying to catch up on comments. Okay, I see you now. So I'm going to answer your question, Patrick. And what is he looking at? So he sees juvenile females, and he's kind of like, He's like, look at these young French specimens. So he's not starting to head bob yet, but he's definitely surveying, and he also wants another superworm. I've seen him look down, like, that eye, that eye, he's looking at all the females. The young, like I say, they're like 4 months old now. So it's not as creepy, because they're about at that, once they're about 6 to 9 months old, when they start to get their reproductive age. It's about 6 to 9 months. Are they high maintenance? So, okay, high maintenance. Like, if you have a dog or a cat, I'll say a dog. You know, you're gonna have to be. I would say a dog is a very high maintenance. I have 2 dogs. I love dogs, but dogs are very high maintenance, right? Like, you can't be gone for a full day even, and just like you're on your own. I mean, sure, you could leave a bowl full of food and water, but your house is gonna be. You're not gonna like the poopies and the peas, right? So these guys. If you ever were like something happened and you were able to go home for 2 days, as long as your water reservoirs were full, and it's a full-grown chameleon, not a juvenile, but a full-grown chameleon, because full-grown chameleons, you feed them every other day, typically, a few feeders. But say something happened, you couldn't make it home, you were gone for 2 full days, as long as your water reservoirs for your misting system and your fogger were off, you know, your lights don't go out, like as far as like your UVB lights they're new, your heat lamps are new, whatever, you got your timers on, they don't need your presence. Like, they are not like, oh God, I miss my owner. They don't do that. So as long as your water and you have your timers going off, so you don't have to hand mist them. You don't have to, like, everything's just on a whole timing system. You would be okay, right? Now, you should spot clean every day. Like, cleaning up poop every time. Anytime you see poop, clean it up. Full-grown chameleons usually poop about once a day. Sometimes not that much, especially during wintertime. But it literally takes a couple seconds. Daily care for them. Just say you were feeding every day. Feed them, spot clean. Make sure your water reservoirs are full. Make sure that your UVB lights are working, so on and so forth. The hardest part with them is getting their enclosure set up properly. Once you get that set up, and as long as you get from a reputable breeder, we're going to hold your hands through it, though. We don't eat them. He is a red body blue bar. I can zoom in a bit. Now so once they are full grown, they quit doing the full body sheds like they do when they're younger and growing. They start to do partial body sheds. So like this guy, he shed randomly this part of his tail. And you can see the huge difference in the vibrancy of that blue versus where he's not shed. He's starting to shed this part here, and his casque is about to start shedding. They do partial body sheds when they're full grown, and it starts to become like, it takes them longer to shed too. You're welcome, Patrick. Hold on, what about the significant? Hold on. It depends on the chameleon, though, with the handling. So I would not encourage you to have, oh my God, wrong wording. The big issue is if they're not getting UVB. So obviously we're not right now. So I don't have, if they're not getting exposed to UVB lights, you need it to be 30 minutes, our absolute max. Typically it's 30 minutes for me. My old free roam area at my old house actually had UVB lights. So they were constantly getting UVB while out of their enclosure. It was an awesome setup. It depends on the chameleon. This dude does see the females, and he's kind of interested, and he wants another superworm. But the Panther chameleons are very, you'll know when they hate you. You'll know if they hate being handled. This dude walks out to you. Not all of them do. Now, Jackson's chameleons, a different species. I don't have Jackson's, but they hide it. They don't get all defensive posturing. They don't puff up their goulars. They look like they're very calm and not bothered, but like while they're being handled, but inwardly they're like, ugh, like the entire time. And they're a very tricky species with that. And also their temperature drops are crazy. My oldest chameleons are 6 years old that are males. My oldest female, Ruby, was 6 years old when she passed. So she was a very well-lived female. There are definitely, you never see me handling. I don't ever handle Sybil. I don't handle Gnarly Carly, Pissy Missy. If I show them to you, never Sybil. I don't even show y'all Sybil. But if I show you Pissy Missy or Gnarly, it's like for a couple seconds I put them back. Like, there's ones you don't handle. Another worm. Thank you. This one here is about 2.5 years old. She'll be 3. This guy is he's on the larger size for a panther. He is full grown. He is my, I actually think he's a little bigger than Big Polly. But he is, and what's crazy is he's not even F1. Like, he is, I don't even know when there was wild caught in his, and he's still very big. He's about, what, 22 inches full length. He's right under 300 grams in his weight. You want to name the next worm Harvey? Oh, is Harvey going to be tasty? So let's give John Gotti another worm. And then do you guys want me to get Maui out? Because Maui and Mr. Meeseeks, my Bonja, but Maui's his son, they are like apex, like he is sniper level with the hunting of the superworms. Let's give him another one. I do have Kenny Powers too. So this species of chameleons, they lay eggs. Some species have live births. I think it's like 30 something that have live births, and the rest of the species lay eggs. There's over 200 species of chameleons. So most lay eggs, a good amount have live births, but so Jacksons and helmeted, they have live births. And that's one thing. If you ever get the Jacksons, just know if it's a female, more than likely she is knocked up, okay? So unless you find a really random breeder of Jacksons in there, that is not a very popular chameleon to breed. And just so you all know, most of the ones you get at even the big chain pet stores are wild caught. Usually they're from Hawaii. The invasive ones in Hawaii. They steal them out of Hawaii. And what is it, Easter Island? Not Easter Island. What island do they freaking take them to? There's an island that's not part of the U.S. They take them there, and then from that island, they somehow get over to the U.S., and these vendors get them wholesale, not vendors, whatever you would say, these chameleon flip, whatever you would call them. And then they sell them to, like, Petco, PetSmart, and they're like, oh, they're captive bred. Now, so they may not even know they're wild caught, but trust me. And your females are going to be knocked up every time. They'll be knocked up. So, yeah, let's see him low. They change their color based on mood and temperature. They're like walking mood rings. Oh yeah, that's one of the reasons. If you've been watching his eyes, the one that's on his right eye keeps looking down because he wants more superworms. He knows it. Oh, look at him. He's like, bitch, why you put it down? Thank you for the gold coin 313 league. Thank you. Yeah, good job, Johnny. So how bad are the wild caught compared to captive breeding? I have never had a wild caught panther chameleon. I have F1s, which is their sire or dom was wild caught, but they were born in captivity. They were bred in captivity. I don't have any true F1s where both dom and sire are wild caught. I have 3 F1s. Mr. Meeseeks is F1, Big Polly's F1, or Redline's F1, and but Redline's super chill. Big Polly is too. Wild caught though I do not have the proper place to quarantine any wild caught because they will have parasites. 100% a wild caught will have parasites. They're going to have a lot of parasites, and the acclimation could be very difficult for them. So you need to be experienced. You can't just be brand new and get a wild caught. I'm sure you can do it if you want to. I would highly, no, don't do it. And you need a quarantine place. They need their own equipment, like their own feeding tongs. Like I say feeding tongs. I don't feed the chameleons with tongs. I grab the bugs, the feeders with tongs. Their own poop tongs. Their own hand mister. Everything's got to be their own. And you need to run fecal. So when you get poop, you're going to send it in. Unless you get a kit yourself and learn how to identify parasites in fecal samples, which is a possibility. I'm trying to do that. You're going to send them off somewhere, see what they have, get the proper medication, give it to them, then run them some more fecal samples, and until they are completely clean, then once they're completely clean of parasites, so you can actually have that chameleon in your chameleon room. But the acclimation period for them, it can be stressful. All right, y'all ready to get Maui? So Braxton, there are certain locales. If I want to get into breeding of certain locales, in order to avoid inbreeding, I would have to eventually source out wild caught. Ambilobi, there's really no reason to. Uh, there's really no reason to unless you just want to introduce new genetics so you can like spread that out and there's lower chance of inbreed. Eric, thank you for the floating heart. How are you? And thank you for the gold coin 313 leak. But certain locales, like my nosy bee, especially because, and there's nothing wrong with getting them from Camouflage Creations, but just know when you are getting the breeding, big breeders like them, that they're lineage, you're gonna find the sires everywhere because they have like, it's a family owned business. They have way more chameleons than I have. And so people are like, oh, that's really cool. So the chances of inbreeding are going to go way up without you even really knowing. So yes, so nosy bee, I would have to eventually get wild caught. Not now. I don't have to right now, but I would eventually have to get wild caught because everybody and their mother and brother is going to buy something from Camouflage Creations because they have amazing chameleons. But the thing that means is you're going to have a lot of related chameleons. And there's not a whole bunch of breeders of nosy bees compared to Ambilobi locale. And then there's other locales 100% you would have to. Ambilobi is your most popular locale. It comes in so many different colorations. And yeah, there's really no purpose. There's no need to. I got Maui. So this is actually John Gotti's son. He is... Damn it. Is it your birthday? Hold on. What day is it? What is today's date? Hold on. They do shed. They do shed. What you mean, Dustin? Pac-Man frogs, they're pretty cool. Just don't wiggle your finger in front of their nose. But I've never kept them. Don't be like, don't do that, because they got teeth. But I can't give you too much of... He's now a year old. Wait a minute. He's turned a year old. Hold on. Jethro MacBodine's birthday is today. He's a year old officially as of May 6th. Jethro MacBodine is officially a year old now. This boy turned a year at the very end of April. My bad. I got everything confused right there. I was like, wait a minute. And I was like, that's right, because one of Jethro MacBodine's brother was a Cinco de Mayo baby, and Jethro MacBodine was born the day after. So anyways, they know that we don't fart. This is Maui, so he's a pretty big boy. He is going to get a little bigger because he won't be done growing until about 18 months old. But his oh, that's so cool. That's so. Rafiki's about a year old. Yeah. Rafiki was actually the Cinco de Mayo baby. I believe he was either the Cinco de Mayo or the May 4th. But he's a year old now. So this is red body blue bar. He is in his resting colors. Now when this cutie patootie fires up, I could show you a picture of what he looks like. He doesn't fire up too. He's getting a bit more confident, but he's not my most confident male, but what he looks like when he's fired up, let me get to the picture. And we're going to give him a superworm too, so don't be running off now, y'all hear? I'm sorry that happened. I forgot. Isn't he pretty? Well, hell. The hickey? Where's my... Well, never mind. I guess because my pictures are on this phone, not my old phone. But this is Maui. So he's the one that used to try to eat the live stream comments. He's quit doing that. He used to be my little window licker chameleon. Maui did, yes. Super special, yes. Super special boy. He changes color based on mood and temperature. He's got perfectly structured blue bars. Like he even has that perfect Ambilobi Y-shaped bar. Perfect perfectly shaped, not just on one side, but on both sides. Now, some breeders, and I can be like this, it's not going to be my determining factor. I want the structured bars like that, and a lot of breeders do too, but his are almost like, it's so hard to get them, it can be difficult to get them this perfect. Like, these are perfect blue bars on him. No heat pad for these guys. You do not have overnight. The only time you're ever gonna need an overnight heat source is like if you, during the winter time, like you can't keep wherever they're at, like over 60 degrees. So like my old basement, I had to do that in. Not the basement they were in before. I actually had to occasionally use space heaters, but it wasn't often. It was like when we had the really cold winter, like negative temperatures, which in Missouri is maybe like 3 weeks of our winters. And then with doing that, I had to increase our misting sessions to compensate for the drier, the space heater drying the atmosphere up. Dude, I'm like tripping on what I was saying. He has not tried to get, he saw the hearts. He just saw that. He was like, wait a minute. So, I'm actually, okay, yeah, the heart is what, and we'll see if he, 313, thank you for the gold coin. He's super, look at him just chilling, like, he's like, hey guys. If you see both of those eyes lock in, it's because he's like, wait a minute, what was that? Dude, see that eye right there? It was looking down. Yeah, he's like, he also sees his super worms. He's like, he looked back at me with the other eye. And he's like, bitch. All right, let's give him a super worm. They change your color based on mood and temperature. It's not based on whatever they're touching or their surroundings. He knows you. He knows you, Dustin. He's like, oh, it's Dustin. He's like, hold up. I need to get these. Well, I guess I could just keep the lid open. I guess they can't really just get out if you're. I'm keeping an eye on them anyways. All right, now this guy can usually get the superworms from a pretty good distance. So let's see. Well, I don't want to zoom in because then y'all can't really see how far. When he was like 7 months old, he was zapping. He was shooting his tongue out a full 2 feet. So this is about. Good job. Dang, good job there, Maui. Good job, buddy. 313, Leak, thank you for the gold coin. Thank you. Damn, Maui. He's like, yeah, I'm a good hunter. Hello, everybody. Yes. So their tongues are, they can technically shoot their tongue out a full 1.5 to 2 times their entire body length. Typically you don't really see them do that. He was an exception. He's the only chameleon I've had that has full blown, like I know, and with their full max. Actually further than I thought was possible because he was like what, 6-7 months old, and so it was a lot smaller. I didn't even think it was possible, but his tongue went out. I am 2 feet away from the phone. Like hold on, let me zoom out. I'm 2 feet away from the phone. And actually, and he at when during one of my TikTok lives got the comments from all the way back here, like actually hit my phone with his tongue. So, and thank you for the floating heart, Eric. So now a lot of captive bred chameleons won't do that, and the older they get, they also won't. But yeah, they can. And their tongues zap out. They're very fast. If their tongue was a car, goes 0 to 60 miles per hour at 1/100th of a second. I love him, Braxton. He's pretty cool. He's never bit me. He is one, so he's not for sale. But say he is one that would be a bit timid at first and then would eventually warm up. Eric, thank you for the sparkles. Thank you. Thank you for the sparkles. Now his brother, not Omar who not the mod Omar from here, but there's an Omar who got his brother, Little Lunati Eyes, complete absolute asshole. Like when I was he's 1 to 13. When I was putting his brother to ship him to his new owner, his brother and got me, and I was like, oh my god. ink. I mean, he was always trying to bite. So I was like, be warned. I've explained to you before, but this dude's a dick. Like, he's going to bite you. He's going to try to bite you when you open this. Sure enough, he bit him. And that was his brother. And this guy's so calm. So they come in a lot of different colors. There's 34 verified or whatever locales of them, and every locale has their own unique colorations and markings. So this is a red body blue bar. Eric, thank you for the floating heart. Thank you. Wait, Desi, are you in? Desi. Look at his cute face, though. I love his face. Oh my gosh. Oh, what a perfect face he's got. Yes, so we are with a combination of heat lamps, well, sometimes heat lamps, and UVB lights. You are mimicking what the sun would do, which is keep them warm and give them UVB light. Now, here's the thing. A lot of times in the summer, a lot of keepers will maybe have their heat lamps on for an hour or two because it gets really warm. So if your room is in the upper 70s, like the room that they're in, understand that it's even warmer in their enclosure without heat lamps. So if you have heat lamps on, oh, it's toasty and they don't like it. Basking tips should be about 80 to 85. I personally aim for 80 and I recommend 80 because it's very easy to incorrectly measure your basking spot, and you would much rather maybe be like at 79 if you're doing it wrong, like, or on accident. I'm not just saying like, oh, you're silly because it's, say it is wrong and you're like at 79. You'd rather be 79 than 80, because if it's like 91, like, they're cooking. He is super cool. He does change his color. It takes quite a bit for him. So when he fires up, the red gets even brighter. That bit of green he has goes away and it's a bright red orange. The blue bars get even brighter blue, and it actually starts to fade white a little bit towards the belly. 313 Leak, thank you for the gold coin. So I can't really make them change color. Especially because he's not my most confident male. Now, so reasons they change their colors: firing up because they see another male, getting into their mating display colors because they see a female. Wait, what? You don't need a permit in the U.S. The only state you're not legally able to have them, own them, is Hawaii. These guys are not endangered or threatened, so they're not. Now, there are chameleon species that are, and that would be different. I'm sure they would be. I know in Missouri, once you get to, oh, it's an endangered or threatened species, then it's gonna, you do indeed have to have all different paperwork. Or Maui's his name. Over on TikTok, we did got a gift goal, and during a live, and we achieved it. So we got a baby and named him, and we picked this when he was a lot younger, and the chat voted for Maui. Well, that's cool, Dustin. That's so awesome you're able to do that. So I can try for Mr. Meeseeks, who is also a really good hunter. Florida Man Crafty is way too small to eat a super worm, but I can definitely show you him. But I would want to put him up because he could eat them. Definitely not AI. Not AI. So, hold on. They're feeling. They are textured. They're not rough like a bearded dragon. They're not smooth like ball pythons. They're not soft like crested geckos, like the velvet tea soft like crested. The way that they feel is, so let me zoom in on them so you can see his scales a bit better. He's not wanting to stay still, but let's see if we can get like a good view of the scales on his side. Maybe if I make my light a bit brighter. Here we go. So you could, they're bulbous scales. See, there's like different bumps of different sizes. They're almost like a gradient of colors. And I would say some people, I can maybe a basketball, kind of basketball-ish. Or if you've ever had dry skin on the bottom of your elbow, also kind of feels similar to that. So for males, the minimum size for a male, and this is in feet, is 2 by 2 by 4. Your most common enclosure that you get is made by Zoomed, and it's the extra large Repti Breeze. Hybrids are awesome, but they're going to be a bit more pricey. Isn't he pretty? I love his spikes on his back. They're almost like green on parts of the top of the spikes, but they're also red. None of them are burnt, which you never want them to be burnt. And then the way that the cask looks, so mosaic, right? Right? So beautiful. No, that's the way to do it. That is the way to do it, is to get everything. And so that way, okay, so your total investment for these guys, if you go an Ambelobi route, like, you know, just, so, okay, not including your investment for your equipment, like your cage. If you get everything new, if you go with the more expensive UVB lights, like Arcadia UVB, if you get a Mist King misting system, I would recommend a Mist King misting system. I also love my Arcadia lights because I did invest in a Ferguson meter. We got a very expensive one because that is one of the things that you don't look for the lower, like a different brand that's a better deal. Like you need to get the expensive ass freaking scientific level ones, like not the Zoomed or the whatever. No, you got to get the actual scientific ones because the other ones are not reliable and they are like $400. But here's the thing, my Arcadia UVB lights were producing enough UVB, like the correct UVB for them, past a year. And if you don't have a Ferguson meter, like it's recommended to change your UVB bulbs every 6 months because sometimes you might get a batch that is not going to last that long, and or you could get a one that has issues and is not producing any UVB. You wouldn't know. But anyways, total cost if you go that route brand new would be probably around $600 to get the extra large enclosure, the misting system, the lights, plant sticks, probably around that, and then add the price of the chameleon, so $650 for the meals I have right now. Oh, we're gonna see some other ones. To support an Arcadia yearly, so you're actually the fixture part, like this part. Oh God, I'm trying to. Like this part of it shouldn't go bad. At least not for a really long time. The bulbs, oh God, I think the bulbs are like $30 ish for the 6%. And if I get the 3 foot long, because I'll show you how I place them. This is how you're going to want to place the UVB lights, is like this. So I have it running diagonally across from corner to corner. And then you put the heat lamp right here next to it in the middle, right? So that way, it's like, you know, that's the best that you're going to be able to do to replicate the sun. Mind me, I was moving all this around and I put it there at the very end. So that way, when they're basking, so this is where Maui be basking, right? And these type of heat lamps, the Zilla low profile halogen bulbs, they can be on top of the screen. But that way, when he's basking, he is getting UVB and heat at the same time. Some people will put their heat lamp all willy-nilly all the way over there or like randomly somewhere else. But here's the thing. In the sun is not going to be, oh, if you want warmth, you got to sit here. But if you want to get UVB, you got to go over on that tree. Like, it's not how it works. They're going to get heat and UVB at the same time. So I don't understand why we're putting heat lamps completely away from UVB light. Don't do that. So we're going to put Maui back. And so those are 3 foot long ones, and they will fit. They'll be a little bit bigger. I guess you really don't have to get a 3 foot. I do because it creates a perfect gradient of UVB and the heat that will go down in their enclosure. So I think if you got the kit, right, I've seen some for about $130 for the kit and the bulb itself. Now Vivarium Electronics, you can get where it's just like I say kit, but where you can get where it's a fixture, and they're a lot cheaper. They look the same as Arcadia. They also, daisy chain hook into each other, which is why another reason I like Arcadia. Like, that's what I mean. So I can hook up these two UVB lights together and not have to have an outlet for each light, which that's freaking annoying when you do. So let's get, who are we going to do? Mystiques? I breed them. These are my males. Some of the babies. L Jr., thank you. My ladies are here behind me. And then we got some more females and juveniles over here. And more babies on this side. So I got like 2 aisles of chameleons. So, now I'm still desperately still trying to get stuff figured out here. What are we going to do? Was it Meeseeks? Damn, Boudreaux, you need a shed, homie. Thank you, L Jr. How are ya? I feel like it's been a minute since we've seen you. Meow, Mr. Meeseeks. Don't be upset, Mr. Meeseeks. This is my Abanja. This is the most expensive Panther Chameleon we have. He's a different locale, but I'm getting him out because he's proven to be quite the amazing hunter of superworms. Alrighty. The I look old comment. They're not native to Florida. They are invasive. And whenever people are like, you could get yourself free chameleons, free panthers in Florida. Listen up. Here's 2 things. You cannot guarantee the locale. There's a high chance of inbreeding with the ones that are invasive in Florida. I mean, a lot of them are coming from certain, like, a lot of times hurricanes will roll through, and that damages the buildings they're in. They get out. That's how a lot of invasive species start in Florida. Of course, there are also, like, the people are just like, be free. But the storms are a big cause of invasive species like these, actually. High chance of inbreeding. Also, you can't guarantee locale, so you're not gonna find this in Florida. You will not find $1,000 unless somebody who had one of these, like. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm pretty sure if somebody's limited on space of like what they could take during the evacuation, they're gonna take $1,000 Panther Chameleon. Like they're gonna make sure they take the $1,000 Panther Chameleon. I would. Like, if I'm like, I can only take, like, 50, that's how I would have to be making my decision. Like, I hate putting, like, mentally there. Anyways, another thing, with your you can't just go and look for them. Like, a lot of them are heavily guarded by Florida men, armed Florida men. Heavily guard these Panther Chameleon spots, because you're talking minimum $500 a watt for a male out there. So, they don't want people on their property, like, You got to know the person to go take you. I wouldn't recommend really any southern state, midwestern state. Don't just go on other people's property. Like, don't do that. But, like, don't go and look for Panther Chameleon trees on other people. Florida men's property. Come on. We got to be smart, man. Don't do it. Don't go to Florida like, we're going to get some Panther Chameleons. Because I'm promising you, you will run into. There are people that will take you to the safe spots. But, like, don't just go. Truly. Like, it is not safe. I mean, I would never want to deal with an armed Florida man. And I'm an armed Missouri woman. Like, they are. That's what they are. They want to be in trees. They're not just, like, out crawling around like iguana. They're in trees. They can, if they're big enough, eat small birds. That is not something like captive chameleons. We're not feeding them birds. I don't feed mine. Technically, pinkies here and there, pinky mice, are okay like every 6 months. I have never fed my chameleons a pinky. I don't want to deal with doing that. Some breeders, I have heard of some breeders, none that I'm close with or friends with, but I have heard of some breeders that will feed their females pinkies after they lay eggs. I have seen a video in a Facebook group of this stupid lady. I still am mad about this. And I saw this like 4 years ago. And I chucked my phone. I was like, that mother effer. Yeah, this one kind of matches my shirt, actually. You're right, L Jr. This one actually does. But she uploaded, and it just happened to happen. A beautiful male ruby throat hummingbird, a male, was just sipping out of her hummingbird feeder, and oh my god, would you look at that? The Panther Chameleon was also out on her deck and got the hummingbird. Like, bitch, come on, we know that you literally you're like, oh, he's gonna get it, and got your phone out. I would have been like, no, and I would have very gently booped him on the nose. I'm like, absolutely not, sir. Like, I'm not gonna, dummy. But so yeah, we saw that happen. Everyone was mad. I was like, you dummy. Like, cool, you got the views all right. And she got, like, banned from all the groups. So, dummy. But, yeah, they can eat small birds. This guy, I mean, it would take a really small, really maybe hummingbird. Now, the yellow giant parsons, they're huge. They can definitely, a yellow giant parsons could definitely eat like a sparrow. You think so, L Jr.? Braxton, I'm going to start working on manuals. I am actually going to start because I don't know, I've made 2 thumbnails recently for on here. My couple long videos, I made the thumbnails. I was like, I miss this. I used to do all that. Like, I love doing like the designs for things like that. And then on my website, which is actually up now, I liked doing all of that. So I do need to make the manuals now, because here's the thing, like, I'm just gonna get cool ass pictures of my chameleons, put them in random places, and get, like, you know, we're gonna do it. Thank you, L Jr. I will say, I never want to have this many babies again. And I mean, like, yes, it's my fault, because technically, yeah, Panther Chameleon eggs can hatch at 6 to 18 months, right? And I had some hatch at 6 months. I had some that were a little over a year. Typically, they take 9 to 12 months to hatch. And so I had eggs I thought would have already hatched, and then eggs I didn't think were going to hatch at that time hatch. And then I had to move to the garage, and everything was very stressful. I have decided my personal cap is 4 clutches at the same time. We're no longer, I'm not doing it. I'm very much so. And also, the whole reason I had even paired that, I wasn't supposed to be living here. I was supposed to be in Branson with Cade. Anyways. What stuff are you tired of? Crash Out Bridge is silly, you know? But anyways, y'all want to see Mr. Meeseeks eat a superworm? He is actually, he gives Maui a run for his money when it comes to the sniperness level of his tongue zapping. I'm not tired. Somebody who said they were tired. Dustin said he was tired of something. I want to keep, like, especially, like, people that we see all the time. Like, I want you all to be happy. But we try our best. Okay, this guy, Mr. Meeseeks, is, he'll be 2 years old in June. All right. Y'all ready? Mr. Meeseeks, are you ready? So we can see that there's, you know, use your feet and grip onto my fingers, sir. There you go. Dude, okay, my fingers are only going to go out so far. He's like, I want this to be easy. Good job, Meeseeks. Good job, Meeseeks. Yes, we really thank you, Omar. They have amazing vision. We really do appreciate you all coming in, and we really appreciate if you would subscribe. We were trying to build up our YouTube channel because we really like being over here on YouTube. Damn, you've never seen someone who was naked. Oh my God. Wasn't that awesome? Mr. Meeseeks is pretty awesome. Well, just no. We don't want to do that. Sue Ellen. Girl, Sue Ellen, man. Mr. Meeseeks is like, I'd eat her 2 first name sister too. This is Mr. Meeseeks. He's a male. That'd be so cool. Once we get to 10,000, oh my God, that'd be so amazing to get to 10,000 subscribers. No, gangsters do cry. I think, didn't they make a whole song about gangsters crying too? Or something. I forgot. What was it? Or maybe it's, they don't cry. I think gangsters will cry. Okay, listen. Maybe just not in front of people, but I'm sure they do. That's right. Damn it. Right there. Thank you, Davon. Oh, yeah. They do. He's looking at you all now. Wow. Dude, coffee blogs, I don't think we are mine to be able to handle it. Like, so they're, you understand. Like, understand the whole process. It's not just him independently moving his eyes around. we're mentally processing two different images at the same time. So you're thinking about two different things. You're calculating, like, oh, look at Celeste, thank you for the floating heart. He'll be 2 years old in June. So we can't comprehend that. So he'll be looking for food with one eye, predators with the other eye, calculating which prey is easier to get to, also while still making checks around and make sure that there's no other predator trying to get them. It's a lot of brain activity, which truly I think there's not many people nowadays have the brain cells for that type of brain activity. We'd probably trip out. Like, we'd probably straight up go into vertigo. And I don't know if you've ever experienced vertigo. I actually did for my very first time when I was on the airplane recovering from the flu, and my ears wouldn't pop. And I was just like wigged out for 30 minutes straight. Vertigo for 30, and I've never had vertigo my entire freaking life. And like straight up for 30 minutes. I was like everything. It was just like, it was like I had just got done spinning as fast as I could with my eyes closed for like 5 minutes as a kid and stopped. And that intense spin, that's what was happening for 30 minutes straight. I was just like clinging onto my chair. Anyways, I feel like if we randomly got the ability or to do that, I think we'd just like, God dang it, for a while. Dude, that's crazy. The elevators do? That's scary, Braxton. No, their eyes are not swollen. These are good, healthy panther. This is what a hydrated Panther Chameleon's eyes are going to look like. Nice and bulbous. Not sunken. So, not stressed out, not dehydrated. Just observing his surroundings. He's like, man, I'll take another superworm, though. Yeah, on my way back from Miami, or like, what was that, December? Yes. My ears wouldn't pop. And here's the thing, like, I've never had issues with my ears popping on airplanes. That I did, and it was like, but it wouldn't pop, even with gum, nothing. So then I've had maybe like when I had like sinus issues, like where it took a while to pop, but it didn't pop. And so I was just like, dude, oh, didn't help me. That time didn't help me, and I was just like, Well, you're on my feed. Get out of my feed. I'm not going nowhere. You can go. So if you think I'm a demon, aren't you like not supposed to like and taunt us or whatever? I said taunt us. Now I'm like, oh god. People are like, oh god, she admitted to being a demon. It's because she's a lizard person. Oh god, oh no. I did. Well, I don't know what else happened. You don't think vertigo? You don't think your ears not acclimating to the change in air pressures? I don't know. It did happen because everything was spinning, and I was just like, I know. Isn't that cute? 2 + 2 = 5. I love your username, and thank you so much. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Bearded dragons are super cool. I love my bearded dragonite. Like, he's so chill. She's there to killing it. I mean, oh no, not the glitch. Oh god. Cameras cause us a glitch. Dude, you guys don't understand, okay? First of all, my ex-husband really got into the QAnon shit. So I know all about the lizard people. Oh god. And I'm not saying that people had to be into QAnon to get into learning or believing in lizard people. I'm not trying to categorize but that's how he did, is through all that shit. And anyways, now it's just fun because I know all the whole freaking sayings and stuff now. It's like, just like, trust the plan. I love reptiles too. Wait, what? Okay, so I was about to say, like, and that's the thing too, my ears are probably really full of fluid as well, because I was getting over the flu. Gabby, or else listen. Yeah, oh god, look at that. Super sharp. I'm 5'9". I have a lot of Panther Chameleons. I also have a bearded dragon. two crested geckos, a gargoyle gecko, a yellow giant Parsons chameleon, a Kenyan sand boa, and two dumpy tree frogs. Oh, I would imagine. Yeah, they would fight. And I'd imagine vertigo on a boat would be awful. Because, I mean, I like going on boats. Like, I don't get seasick, but I know, like when we go on the Mississippi River on our boats and a barge goes by, the type of wakes that produces, you're like, whoa, whoa. You know, barges make big wakes. We have an Elvis Parsley. He is sleeping inside the house. I am in the garage, and usually when I go from here to inside, especially that room where he's in, I lose my Wi-Fi. It disconnects my stream. I like bats. I have no reason. Yeah. What do you mean limits that reptiles? So they live longer in captivity, and Panther chameleons live longer in captivity with proper husbandry. And all of their needs are being taken care of. These guys are not roaming around. Like, different story with mammals. Truly, different story with mammals. Like, when people are like, I want a bear, I want a panda, I want a lion, or a tiger, and they get these huge-ass cats, or, like, wolf-dog hybrids and stuff. And I'm not hating. Like, there are people that end up knowing what they're doing with the wolf-dog hybrids, but I'm just saying, like, it's different. Like, those are creatures that actually do roam around a lot of space, a lot of land, and need to do it. These guys, if they were in the wild, in theory, if the tree that they were in had no competition for food, no predators, and an unlimited source of food, they wouldn't leave the tree. They wouldn't leave the tree. That's where they're going to stay. They leave where they're going to stay. No, he would hate that. He would, but I don't purposely feed him spiders. I won't do that. I don't purposely feed him any bugs that are not ones that I've actually bought with the intention of feeding them with that. They're just the way that their brains are too. It's not like you have like where your dogs are playing with things. Horses even, like, they get enrichment where they'll even have toys, like the horse toys that some horses will play with. The enrichment of social creatures where they're running around with each other. Horses have to be in social groups. Dogs, cats, they need things for enrichment because they're predator animals. Predator animals, the way their brains work, like true predator animals, like mammals, I should say, they have to have some type of enrichment or they will go nuts. If your dog doesn't have good hides to chew on, not raw, but like, you know, like bully steaks, whatever. Don't do raw hides. But if they don't have stuff to chew on, they're going to go nuts. They need it, especially when they're puppies. Cats, they need things to scratch their claws on. They need to feel like they're high up and observing everybody. They need all that. Husbandry, enrichment for reptiles is different than animals. The way their brain is, they're not like, well, I want to go run around. I'm going to get the zoomies at 3 a.m. They don't do that. Enrichment for reptiles, I will speak, let me rephrase it because I don't, with crocodiles, I don't think people should keep crocodiles, but people keep alligators and crocodiles. I don't agree with that. But these guys, enrichment would be like putting a bug that's flying around in there, and maybe giving them grasshopper instead of crickets, switching up their food. But it's all like food related. It's not, oh, there's a little string, like a branch to swing on. They don't need that. They just need a proper basking places, the sticks that will let them go to different levels of the enclosure, and places to hide from leaves. They don't do baths. These guys don't take baths. 3D glasses won't do nothing. These guys can definitely speed up a little bit more. They're not the fastest. They're not the fastest. I like bat. Have I ever seen a bat, Horatio? You were in a live chat the other night, were you? So, when I was a lot younger, I like bats. There's very few animals. I like all the animals, okay? But when I was a kid and I was out on the Mississippi River with my mom and stepdad, we were fishing. We were staying overnight on the boat on the Mississippi River. I was fishing, and all of a sudden I felt something like hit my face and like roll down. I was like, like it stopped at like my chest. And I was like, what was that? And my stepdad, he got the flashlight and he shined it at me. And sure enough, there was 2 orange bats just getting it on, like, on. I was like, so, yeah, have I had experience with bats? It was a weird thing that happened. And I'm like, is there bearded dragons? Leopard geckos, crested geckos, ball pythons, a lot of different species of snakes are more easier to handle than these guys. You mean shoe the bats? I shoe the bats. This is not a wild animal. These are all captive bred. They've never been in the wild, so they're not a wild animal. We mammals do have social needs. Yeah, so they only live a year or two on average in the wild. They get taken up by predators left and right, and on average, one baby in an entire clutch, which is 20 plus babies that hatch, makes it to the first year of its life. Yeah, that's funny, Desi. Geckos and chameleons are two totally different. Geckos are, depending on the gecko, it was a New Caledonian. Geckos are like lychees, crusteds, whatever they're called. They're from a different area than Madagascar. Well, although I'm sure there probably are geckos in Madagascar. They are not as... These guys are a lot more intelligent than geckos. I feel like geckos are kind of just like... Certain bats are cute. Fruit bats, the fox bat or whatever it's called. Mm-hmm. We have bats out in Missouri as well, clearly. I love that movie. That movie, I think everybody liked. A lot of people liked that vampire movie. But these guys do require different care than geckos. Geckos are typically most species, not every species, but most species of geckos are a lot easier to take care of. Yeah, the fox bats are cute. You shut up. Rude. 313 Leak, thank you for the gold coin. Should we give him another one? Let's give him another super one. He deserves it. And then is Crafty still in here for Florida Man? What's your opinion as a lizard mom on rodents? Like, what do you like to feed? Like, what opinion? If I was gonna get a rodent as a pet, I would get a rat, because rats are a very underrated rodent pet, and they're hella cheap. The thing that sucks with them is they don't live that long, so you get all attached. Because here's the thing, they're intelligent. They will actually form a bond with you and love on you. You need to have at least two, though, because they are very social creatures, unless you socialize the heck out of your pet rat with you. Like, you take them everywhere. They're very underrated, amazing rodent pets. I think most species of hamsters, or I gotta rephrase it, like a lot of hamsters are just freaking little Satan heads that'll bite you. Ferrets are cool, but ferrets are cool. He's oh. Okay, let's do it. He's like, I'm stretching. BT, thank you for the stars. Thank you so much. Good job. And those pied are veiled. Like, I've never seen. Now, there are some locales of Panther Chameleons that, like, a white, instead of it being like, imagine that. Well, actually, he turns white when he fires up, but it's not albino. Ferrets. See, they're cute. I know they're smart. They stink though, man. And they need. I feel like they're one of the most expensive rodent pets. The amount of enrichment. You all want to talk about enrichment for chameleons? Damn, the amount of enrichment that ferrets need, dude, is insanity to me. Like, crazy what they really need. Yeah, but you know. He's like, arr. That's how they are. That's why the one of my mom's friends when I was a kid that we would go and see her, she had ferrets. And she's the only person that I've known in my entire life who has had ferrets that you couldn't tell from the smell right when you walked in her house. And it's not that, like, even with good kept ferrets, it's just like you can tell that they have ferrets, you know? But the reason, though, is this lady, mind you, her and her husband had a lot of money to blow, okay? she had like those big tunnel things that they crawl through. In every room of the house, they would go up and down and around stuff, and they would go to every different rooms. Every single room had then with these tunnels that they would climb in, like a larger bin thing that had like wherever they would go potty at, sleeping all over her freaking house. So they were going everywhere, and they had tons of toys out. It was insane because the way she incorporated it, kind of like if you've ever been to, they used it, or they have it at Silver Dollar City in Branson. It's like this like big old foam ball factory where you look around, they have all these like tubes that the balls are going through, and they're like getting pumped out of different, like kind of like, that's like, you saw like the pipe, the tube things that they're climbing through like throughout her house, but it was incorporated. It went well with how the house was set up. Like it didn't look crazy, like it looked pretty awesome. Goodbye, Fred. Ooh, like went bye-bye. Hell no, I will never get any ape or any, no way. People are just like, we're gonna get yeah, chimps are cute when they're babies for like a little bit. You know how strong those guys get? You know how strong a chimpanzee is? Especially a male, and they're full freaking grown? Nuh-uh. No way. I love to live. I like to be alive, man. Hell no. Sugar gliders are cute. Yeah, and then they're like, oh, I'm mad at you. I got something scared me really bad, guys, so I'm just going to murder the entire family, rip off your face, and eat your fingers off. Like, that's the freak they'll do. These Panther Chameleons, males are like 200 to 300 gram. My largest is close to 300 grams. Yeah, like a McDonald's Playhouse, Dallas, exactly. Funny joke. Why are you asking? I don't. Exactly, Dustin. It's like we don't lose our face. We like to be alive. Oh God, he's like living his life. The DJ. I think most people who got the pet chimpanzees end up having, once they're older, get them to a sanctuary or even zoos, because I don't know how an average person would keep an adult chimpanzee. I don't know how. I think it's very stupid. Anyways. How often do they shed? So BT, it depends on their age. When they're growing, so anytime from like a month or so, month, 2 months to about a year old, they'll shed very frequently, and it will happen in a couple of days when they're completely done with the shed. And there's times they'll do that several times a month while they're growing. When they're done growing, when they're about a year old, they'll start to slow down. They'll still do mostly full body sheds, maybe like their first shed after they're a year old or something. But when they're about 18 months old, especially at 18 months old, they really slow down. They'll do partial body sheds. And the thing that does kind of stink about the partial body sheds is, especially as they continue to get older, you're going to find that throughout the year, a lot of them is going to look like they're about to shed. Because like, so partial body shed could literally just be all 4 feet decide to shed one day. It's just 4 feet. And then like, oh, then maybe half the tail, or maybe like the upper part. Yeah. So. What the fuck type of creepy ass comment was that? No way. What? I saw it, Hazel girl. You're like, I was watching your live the other night. You don't know how soft your skin looks when you're not paying attention when we're watching you. What the absolute heck? That was really, without being like that was the creepiest comment I think I've gotten on here yet. Straight up. What the damn, dude. Oh my God. That was just fun. I hear you, Dustin. Very much so, Danny. That's like the type of like, you find that in the journal entry. All right, I'm going to put Mr. Music's. Dude, BT, I'll say The thing with YouTube, I can talk about basically anything and not get in trouble, which is nice. Like, and here's, I'm not trying to talk about crazy stuff. I mean, I can like bring up brands of equipment I use or my makeup, whatever, things like that, and I don't get in trouble. We started on TikTok, like you can't talk about anything like that. However, you can play any song you want to in the background. Here, so I can say whatever I want. I cannot play music, but being able to say it, anything or everything, also the comments reflect that as well. So these guys change their coloration based on mood and temperature. It's 246. Thank you, Dallas. Oh, wait a minute. So are you saying desktop you're actually able to like straight up like, are you able to actually block them on the desktop? Dude, probably not. Oh yeah, Des, there's a comment. That's right, Desi. Wait, what's a worldwide world? Next feed. Hey, Next Feed Hub, how are you doing? You want one? I have my website up. I do not have pictures of all the juveniles that are ready because a lot of them, like, look at a Chameleonaire. He's almost, actually, you know what? I'm gonna put Meeseeks up and I'll get some of the boys out. So Chameleonaire is just finishing up his shed, as you can see. So he was looking pretty dingy the other day when I was doing pictures, so I didn't upload him. So the only one I have on there is Loki, but I have more that are ready. I just didn't want to take and invest the time in a photo shoot because it takes forever when they looked dingy per se, because they're about to shed and they're going to look amazing after their shed. So there are two that have completed their shed that I need to take pictures of and upload, but that doesn't matter because like I don't have to upload them to sell them. So let's look at some of the males that are actively looking for new branches. So actually we'll get, before I get Bubba Gump, I feel like the other males definitely kind of get like slept on because they're just not showing the coloration that Bubba Gump is yet, but trust me, they're going to be very, oh my god, look at Chameleonaire. So that's the thing. Oh damn it, my bad, you guys, my bad. Okay, my stylus is still attached. After they shed at this age, when they're 4 months old, they develop more color after every shed. Okay, after every shed at this age, you're gonna notice more development with their colors. Like maybe they're more intense. 313 Leak, thank you for the gold coin. So this is the one that was named Chameleonaire. He is almost done with his shed. This one is actively looking for a new home, new branches, whatever you want to say. He's only 4 months old. He's still developing his color. So if you all like Helix, that red chameleon I get out, this is his a younger brother, a half brother, but a younger brother. Look at him. And so these guys are going to end up having a good amount of red on them. Let's check out his bars. So Redline is their sire, who's technically a rainbow color because of his, he's considered to be a rainbow ambilobe because he has mixed bars. But their uncle is John Gotti, who's a red body blue bar. So let's take a look at these blue bars. And is there a lot of red in them? I mean, they look mostly blue right now, but I will tell you the red is one of the colors that continues to develop as they age. So I'd imagine looking at those blue bars, oh man, that's gonna be tough. I think his bars look like they're gonna be mostly blue, but I wouldn't. Oh wow, and they go to his belly like John Gotti. Look at that. He might have some red, but he might be really close to being a red body blue bar. I mean, Curly Joe is definitely rainbow with mixed bars. So I do have I have a website. It's up. I'm just saying, like, so he just shed, like, as you can see. So I did a photo shoot because I was having people message me on Facebook that were interested, and I didn't have any updated pictures. So I took some quick pictures because I needed to, but he was looking extremely dingy. So I was like, I'll take a couple pictures of him to send, but I'm not going to do like a photo shoot because he's going to be crazy awesome looking once he's done. So all that dark you see in between the green, that's going to be red. The white is the lateral. They will always have that white line. That's a lateral line. It might turn into like a light blue. It's usually white or like a light blue. This is Chameleonaire. He's a Christmas baby. They're going to be big. They're going to be big. Hold on. Hold on real quick. Why does this keep happening? All the lights here. I am wondering if my timers, I needed the digital timers. They're just the outlet. Because I'm thinking that my things get pushed by a cord, like it makes it go off earlier. Whatever. Okay. So this is Chameleonaire. So he's $6.50 shipped. So that includes the overnight shipping. So he's $6.50. If you feel like it, try starting the stream from. I just don't have a good place. I have nowhere good out here to start the stream on. If there is a way, man, if there was a way that I could have the stream be hosted from the desktop, but my camera be a phone. Oh my God, my phone be the camera? Because I couldn't. I have no good spot to have my laptop out here streaming. I want to be able to double stream. Like, I am kind of accepting I'm so busy. It's so hard for me to stream both on TikTok and here. And it's really killing my TikTok. But I prefer streaming here at the same time. Even though we have like 76 something thousand followers. Like, I prefer to stream here, you all. I do. It's so hard. It's strict over there. It's super strict. It's hard to stream. I get a restriction for holding a dangerous animal called a chameleon, which are not dangerous, but you get it's all over the place. I would like to be able to double stream, focus more on YouTube, but have my TikTok being able to still stream. But it's hard to. Yeah, and that's the thing with this. So, I mean, I want to be able, so the subscribers, okay, that's following. On here, like the members, I know we've been working on the Discord. I know Charlene has. I might need to see what's going on with that. But we'll have earlier access to clutches, more access to different pictures and videos of clutches and things like that. Everything I should be. Have you looked at the website? I mean, it's up. I need to make more lineage charts and upload my lineage charts, merchandise with shirts, and my care guide sheets. But like, it's up, and I have anything that has information in it. All right, I'm gonna put this one. So I have some other males. That's Bright. So Bright Bear is still about to shed. Ooh, look at that. Look at his face. Yeah, he's super pretty. You got. Oh my God. Chameleonaire is looking so different than what he was even a week ago, isn't he? Look at all the blues on his face now. He's going to be, he already is beautiful, but he's going to keep developing color and growing. The most dramatic is going to be till a year old, but really these red ones, like Redline and John Gotti especially, their uncle, John Gotti, my red body blue bar, didn't have hardly any red on him until he was 18 months old. I was so worried I was going to have like just a green and blue chameleon. Like, I never saw red on him. And then, so that was a very good example of it taking that full 18 months for him to develop his color all the way. Now this chameleon Bri Bear, dude, I've seen some crazy gorgeous colors on Bri Bear. Oh yeah, look at him. Oh, he is still about to shed. So he's going to be crazy beautiful looking here soon too, because he is actually dulled down as he is going to shed soon, as you can see a little bit right there. 313 Leak, thank you for the gold coin. So this is a full-blooded brother. Thank you for the chili, BT. I do have a morph market, and I need to upload pictures up there and get rid of old stuff. Thank you for the sparkles, BT. Thank you everybody. That's what I was trying to say. Next Feed Hub, I only have Loki listed, and I'll show you him because I didn't want to. I took really good pictures of Loki. He had just finished a shed, so I have 2 males. Chameleonaire, that one I just did. Were you on here, Next Feed Hub? So this guy's available too. I just don't have pictures of him because he's about to shed. So he's going to look incredibly different after his shed. He'll be very vivid with more colorations. Chameleonaire, see how he still has a little bit left? Look how, and these guys are born on the same day. They look pretty similar. Look at how vivid and bright the blues and the reds are starting to develop on him. I think Chameleonaire is going to be more red body blue bar. So this is a brother, Bri Bear. But see how dull he looks, like how dull his blues are because he's about to shed still. But compared to this guy, so I didn't want to invest the time of a photo shoot when time's precious to upload that when they like in a few days or a week, like they were going to shed and I was going to have to redo the pictures. But I have more. That's why I'm showing these right now. It's not a bad thing when people think I don't know. I'm not a daughter of Jim Carrey. So I don't know if Next Feed Hub if you're in here. So this guy's another one. Bri Bear is really pretty. Like, I've seen some gorgeous colors on him, but he's just super dull because he's about to shed. Once he's done with his shed, he's going to be, look at that. So you can see, look at his pretty, look how light the blue spikes are on his back. And his blue bars, he's got a lot of blue. I've always thought Bri Bear was going to be a red body blue bar, not a rainbow. So I'll put him back. Pickle Rick. Everyone's favorite now that I have available is Bubba Gump. I'll get him out last though. And I do need to do a photo shoot of the females. Pickle Rick, have you shed? I think you're still about to shed. Let me take a better look at you. Oh, and the mister's going off. And I need to fix your stick, sweetie. So this is Pickle Rick. Oh, look. Like, he has not shed either. Look at that. Oh, Pickle Rick's going to be stunning. He still has stripes like that. He's not got color yet. Oh, wow. Pickle Rick's going to be freaking gorgeous. And he still has not shed yet. Look at his bars. That beautiful light green we're seeing. Which he will be, again, more of a red. Or he should be. And he's developing a lot of blue. Look at the blue he's getting. Oh, Pickle Rick. I've actually not seen Pickle Rick like this. He's always been more of a dark, but he's starting to, oh yeah. He's going to look phenomenal. Oh, these are big, but the smallest one's Curly Joe. This clutch is really big males. John Gotti is gorgeous, and he's their uncle. So that's the brother of their dom. And I mean, if you've been following me for a while, I have said several times that the brothers of the doms, and it's not just one brother, but to really know have the highest chance of what genetics she's going to be passing on, if we could find out what multiple brothers look like, that's the best way. I don't know what most of them look like. I have one of them. So these guys are $650 shipped. They are 4 months old. They are going to end up having a lot of red on them. You can start to see it. You're starting to see it develop now. So in between you see all the red in between all the green scales, even his blue scales. Like, he is going to have a lot of red on him. It's just, he's about to shed. You can see kind of the gray up there on his spikes on his back. He's about to shed. So he's really ashy looking. Like on his knees there and his leg, this kind of ashy because he's going to shed. But if you look in between all the scales, that's red. And that is just going to intensify the older he gets. So he's still growing. He's only 4 months old. If you all know what Helix looks like, that's their older brother. He's a half brother, but he's an older brother. They have different moms, but Redline's both of their sires. Now, Bubba Gump, Celestial, and then this is Bubba Gump. He just finished his shed, and Bubba Gump's looking, he's huge. Bubba Gump's freaking beautiful. Oh my God, look at him. Bubba Gump. And here's the thing, the other male, he's not going to be prettier than the other males. Well, I mean, I guess it's based that's heavily based on opinion. But because the other males are still, he's just the one who's just coloring up a bit faster. That doesn't mean anything. Longevity. So, like, they're all going to be beautiful. He just is right now showing the most colors out of the available males. What are you trying to say, that you're going to do 400 and then pay the rest? Because I'm not. Crafty, thank you for coming on. I hope you get the feeling. Wait, Crafty, you want to see? Wait, Crafty, are you still in? Do you want to see Florida Man? I'm so sorry. Do you want to see Florida Man real quick, Crafty? No, I'm not. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Okay. I thought, for some reason, I thought you were leaving. Yeah, Danny? Isn't he pretty? Bubba Gump's so pretty. Oh, wow. Look at the beautiful blue he's showing in his beautiful bars. Oh, God, he's so beautiful. Oh, my God, Bubba Gump. Yeah, no way, Jose. I will, but when I go to my expo at the end of the month, and if I have, like, my meals will, they'll sell out. More than likely, my meals will sell out. Now, mind you, I'm not shipping, so they're going to be like around $5.50 or something, but they'll sell out. That's what I'm saying, Dustin. He's been everyone's favorite as far as the males that are at the moment available, but people are sleeping on the other males. Like, they don't need to sleep on these other males. Like, these other males, hey, Bri Bear's so damn cute because he comes out to me now. Bri Bear walks out to me. This one walks out to me. But look at Bri Bear. Still about to shed. These are full-blooded brothers. So I don't house them together. And even though these boys have been very chill, they might start to show aggression. They're still pretty young. They're not at sexual maturity yet. But yeah, like, he's going to be gorgeous. He's just the one who's showing. He's huge too. He's very big. Damn, he's so pretty. That's Bubba Gump. And then, oh, I'm sorry. Dude, he's so big. I was trying to answer. Bubba Gump is the one who's showing a lot of the color, right? And he just shed. But Bri Bear's about to shed. He's dull right now because he's about to shed. So, and I keep telling, like, yeah, he's everyone's favorite at the moment. I have a website. I have a morph market. None of these guys are listed. My website, I don't have these guys listed because what I've been trying to explain is they were in the middle of shedding. All of my red line baby boys were juveniles were shedding. So I was not going to, if you understood how difficult it can be in the process of actually taking really good pictures of chameleons, like especially when they're younger and they're moving around a lot, how difficult it is, you would understand. I'm not going to take ooh, he's getting pissed off. What is he getting pissed off? What are you looking at? It's pissing you off. Look at Bubba. Oh my God, he's so cool. To invest the time in taking the pictures with a juvenile who's going to shed in a week is silly because they're going to, like, he looks 100% different than he did a week ago. So I'm not going to, you know what I mean? But so I need to take pictures of him and upload him. So Loki, he's not their brother. He's from another clutch. He's listed on my website. Don't they though? And then let me get Loki out. So Loki is one of my Gambino males. So he is not related to these guys. So he's going to be he's a yellow body blue bar. So as he gets older, he's going to have a lot of yellows in him. He reminds me so much of Gambino. Like, all of Gambino's babies kind of move around. He's not as confident as the Redline babies, which that's how typically the Gambino has been. But he's going to be really pretty. I'm actually going to put Bubba up so he's not stressing out Loki. There you go, Bubba's. Thank you for the gold coin, 3013 leak. Okay, Crafty. So this is, look, he is the one I actively have on my website right now. He is one of Gambino and Bonita's babies. So this is actually from a clutch that we've been really excited for. He's starting to show some really pretty blue bars. I don't know if seeing my phone. All of these males are pretty chill. This guy's a little bit more on the timid side, which doesn't surprise. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, he's not mean or aggressive. He's just going to be a bit more on the timid side. Where are you? Oh, he just ate a cricket again. No, green's not stress. Who said stress? No, green's not stress. Greens are resting colors. He just ate a bug. What I'm trying to see, though, sometimes the back camera lens will get them to puff up some. Ooh, yes. Let's see if we can see his yellows. Oh, do you see the yellows starting to show up on Loki? Oh my gosh. So he just shed, which is why he's got all the freaking black marks. The slightest, I mean, it's still technically a form of trauma, but it was probably from his sticks. But it can be like the simplest little scratch when they first shed when they're younger, and you'll see the little black marks from it. When I say scratch, I mean like, again, like rub. Oh, look at that, though. See on this side? So the back of the camera lens, sometimes will get the males, so they're like, grr. And it's kind of making him grr up a bit. But yeah, he's going to have gorgeous yellows. He's still just developing them. He does not like that back camera lens. Yes. So he's also actually, he's going to be 5 months old soon. But this particular line is a bit smaller, which is, oh, there he goes. There's some, that's the very beginning of his yellow starting to form. Looks, who says stressed? Yeah, no, he's cool. He just looks he's got the same build and structure as his dad, Gambino. This is Loki, Luciano. So stressed. If they're really genuinely scared of something, where they're not trying to like, oh, I'm gonna fight it back or whatever, they'll turn very dark, like black dark. Now his eyes, and this is a thing that his dad has and his grandpas have, they have darker coloration around their eyes, which I freaking don't like it, but that's just the way it is. So do you see how it's so much darker around the ends of their eyes? And it gives the appearance of sunken eyes. I hate it, but they're not. It's just a color. His grandpas have it. His dad has it. It's just a coloration. Like when you see the eyes are almost like black at the very right here. And it will be like as he ages, almost purple. But unfortunately, they look black. I hate that. But that's just one of the traits that has carried on to his dad, from his dad, so on and so forth. Oh, that sounds amazing. Oh, really, Desi? I wonder if she's going to go receptive again. Yeah, true stress, like from being scared, being handled. Like if they're so stressed out for being handled, they'll go dark where it's almost like you can't tell the difference between the bars in their body. So the bars being the blue stripes, they'll be almost black. Now firing up stress, that's just them being like, grr, like, if they see another male, it's very typical for a male panther to fire up at them. They'll be like, I'm the biggest and baddest around. It's a thing that they're just they would do it in the wild. And that's not, now if you're constantly making them fire up, that's different, but just, no. No, you cannot. So the Jacksons, first of all, no, they're two totally different species, and Jacksons are live births. These guys lay eggs. I know of one person, I forgot, it was a Panther Chameleon and some other chameleon. They both lay eggs, and they do have similar husbandry. Jacksons, their husbandry, even though it's similar, a huge difference is their temperature drop requirements at night. I don't think you could combine, because that temperature drop a panther couldn't do that all the time. I know of somebody that combine two species, and like it's not been really accepted by a lot of people in the chameleon community. Like, first of all, it doesn't even look cool. Like, they're kind of ugly looking. Secondly, it's just like You think it's going to challenge you? Be in the Midwest? All right, Crafty, you're still here if you want to see. Oh my God, look, he's cute. The way he walks around is just like his daddy. It's like, huh, looking at everything. He's got such a cute face. All right, you want to see. So Florida Man's his younger half brother. $303 League, thank you for the gold coin. Thank you. All right, let's put Loki up. Now I'm gonna get Florida Man out. Who doubled down? No, get your tail away, Bubba. Don't put your tail there. Wait, what happened? Let's look at Florida Man. Florida Man. Real quickie. Okay, real quick. And then... Oh, Florida Man. Come here, dude. He's funny. Oh. Ooh, here he is. And what are we starting to see? A little bit of the red, actually. He will be yellow body blue bar, but he might have a decent amount of red in him. Because I'm starting to see it kind of form on him. He is a chunky little nugget, too, and I love it. He's going to be... I think he might end up being spicy, though. Well, maybe... I don't know. He's becoming king at judgy looks, that's for sure. God, he's so beautiful. Oh my God, look at him. So this is Gambino and Gnarly Carly. So it'll be very similar to like Jethro. The only difference is the Dom. Dina and Gnarly Carly are sisters. Maybe she's going receptive again. Look at that freaking cute face. Thank you, Livy the Silly. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is a male. So we know he's a male because of he's got a pretty decent hemipenal bulge. See how it kind of dips out some after his vent? The girlies don't have that. That's his hemipenal bulge that we're seeing. At this age, even though I'm recognizing, I know he's a male, so I'm recognizing the colors that he's showing right now. You can't look at the colors and be like, oh my God, actually, look, he's showing blue bars. I can see it with my eyes. Can we capture it with the phone? Look at that. The little remnants of the blue bars are starting to show on him. Yes. Oh, dude, he's going to be so beautiful. Look at that. We're actually starting to see the yellow, the very faint yellow, the blue in the bars, and a bit of the red. Oh my God, he's starting to show it a little bit. How adorable. But what I was going to say, at this particular age, females will show colors that will make you think they're a male. Even like what we're seeing here. Now, because I know he's a male because of the hemipenal bulge, I am seeing the early development of his beautiful male coloring he's going to have. But females can also look very similar to this. Because they do have greens in them when they're juveniles. Like, he's still considered a baby. 3 months old is when they are considered juveniles. So when the females will still have green in them. And then when they get to sexual maturity age, they'll have where it's more peach and colors, oranges, some purples, pinks. So they also will show a little bit of red in their gular, especially. That's why you cannot really, at this particular age, judge strictly on coloration unless you're able to see a hemipenal bulge. Then you'll know. Yeah, he's got some really pretty bars. Look at him. Like, he's going to be really, I think he's going to be a stunner as he gets older. I am going to put him up. So he's still a little baby. He will not be ready to go to the expo in Springfield, Missouri with us. he will indeed be way too little, too young. Now the babies from the other clutch, they're a little bit bigger than him. So like, man, which one of these was starting to look really cool? The fuck was that? Oh, that damn divider again. Sorry, it startled me. I was like, what was that? I'm trying to find any of the other males. PEG. I don't know if you're male or female yet. You throw me off. We got Elvis Parsley, Wasabi, and then which one are you? You're I think you're a male. PPG. Biggie Smalls. Biggie Smalls just kind of finished up shedding. Let's see what Biggie's looking like now. I do think Biggie will be big enough because he just shed, so he's going to go through a growth spurt. He'll be, age-wise, he'll be old enough to go, but will he be big enough is another question. So here's Biggie Smalls. He is a full brother of Loki. He was born in February. He's almost 3 months old. He'll be 3 months old on the 13th. Oop, you're okay. Moves just like his dad. Kind of like slinks around. But we named him, this one, Biggie Smalls, on a live, on I believe here on YouTube actually. He just finished shedding. So he might show some colors at this age. Actually, do we have a, I'm going to find a little stick for him because it's so crazy that they move the same way as their dad. And it's not like they see their dad, it's just how they're going to move around, which is where they kind of drag their bellies a little bit. This is a retained clutch male right here. Look at him. He is from a retained clutch of the Gambino Bonita. The only male I had that was from the non-retained clutch is Loki. So this is a full-blooded brother of Loki. And I might keep one of these males. I have another retained clutch of this pairing as well, with a whole bunch of babies that just hatched. Now I'm going to see if he will. Insomniacs. All right, let's see if I can get him at this age. He is for sure a male, but we're not really developing our color. Like, you know, he's only 2 months. Well, he's almost 3 months. Does the back camera lens make you get upset? Sometimes it's one of the only way you can maybe see a little bit of color starting to form at this age, and the back camera lens might do it. Sometimes they don't give a crap. Because when this guy was young as a baby, he was showing some really cool looking zebra bars, if I remember correctly. But we're still developing our colors. He's pretty though. He's going to be really pretty. Starting to see a little bit of the blue starting to develop in his bars. But here's another thing. The ones who have that yellow, like Gambino, it takes a while for them to really show that. Like, you're not going to look at a 4-month-old and be like, yep, that one is going to look like Gambino. Those yellows take a while. They'll probably be more the duller looking ones while they're younger. And he's cute though. This one's cute. Oh, I wish I could change colors. All right, Biggie Smalls, I'm gonna put you up. So he was born on the 13th. I haven't really looked at the R2 one. I think the R2 is a female. Let's take a better look. Biggie Smalls is a male. The sibling, this one, I think Wasabi's a male. I don't know. Let's take a better, or you could just be a smaller male. Like, you might be just a, damn, you're making this one hard. This little one hatched the same damn day, but damn. Are we a male? I think this is female. Sometimes I'm not. So that's a female. There's no bulge. Now, when I say that, I can call a male easily, but sometimes you'll just have males that are slower at developing and they don't really show a, it might be so small it's really hard to see if they have a hemipenal bulge and they don't have the coloration, and but then I'll know, bam, really beautiful, colorful, and clearly a male. But I think this one, yeah, this one I'm pretty sure is a female. But that's what I'm saying about color at this age. Like, you see all these pretty greens on this one, and even some what looks to be blue. And what, oh God, that face is precious though. You do have like the most precious of face. You have the most precious face. You have a precious face, sweetheart. Oh Lord have mercy, look at that precious face. Yeah, so the green, a little bit of the blue. I believe I've seen a little bit of red, but that doesn't mean anything at this age. The color means nothing. It's if there's a hemipenal bulge, which I don't really see one, so I'm going with female for this one. So I'll put her up. I think this is a female. Also born on February 13th. She probably would definitely be more ready June time than May, or this end of this month. A Kermit. Let's try and do a naming tomorrow, because I am going to be calling it a night. Here's Wasabi. This one is a male. This one was also born on the 13th of February. Wasabi is a brother. He's looking really pretty. Oh, where are you going, Wasabi? So maybe the males are just starting to show a much bigger, but see, definitely has a hemipenal bulge. Oh, wait, stay still. Dang it. Put your tail down. Because there is a hemipenal bulge with this one. Moves around just like Daddy. That same, like, they do the same walk. Their dad and these boys, they do the same walk. Ooh, come here, dude. They do eat insects. Ooh, can we show them this side? I also, oh yeah, so you can see that there's actually a little bit of a hemipenal bulge with this one. And we just want to keep our tail to angled out. You're like, quit looking. But there is a little bit of a hemipenal bulge. So that's the indicator of a male. Hemipenal bulge. Males are huge compared to females, but I usually don't start to see the big difference in size at this age. I mean, it can happen, but usually I don't. But look. He's definitely got more reds in him, Wasabi. Look at the red I'm already seeing in his body. If I'm already seeing red in the male, at this age, they're going to end up having a good amount of red in them. But then what's cool is, it's just in the bars I'm seeing. So that's like the under part of his bars that are red, which Gambino has that trait. But I don't see much red in his gular. I don't see, it's just in the bottom end of his bars. So he could have really gorgeous bright yellow like his sire, Gambino, with a bit of red in the bars. Do you have veiled chameleons then? Because these guys get real, veiled chameleons are usually typically just all green. They'll get some colors in them, but are mostly green. This guy will end up being yellow with blue bars and some red on him as well. Moves just like the dad though, moves just like their dad. It's so funny how some traits pass on from the parents that you actually can notice, like, because you own the parents. Okay, and then Elvis Parsley also was born on the 13th. Full-blooded sibling. Is Elvis a female or a male? Elvis Parsley's a male. We have a hemipenal bulge as well. He's a little smaller. Doesn't mean anything. He can go have another growth spurt. Has a hemipenal bulge. This is Elvis Parsley. They'll get a lot bigger. These are babies. These are they're not quite 3. They'll be 3 months old on the 13th, which at that age are considered juveniles. But these guys are going to be more ready to go closer to June. They might be big enough at the end of the month to go to the expo, but at this size, I wouldn't. If you were like an experienced keeper that lived close to me, different story. But at this size, we're not taking the expos or shipping. And he's cute. And that's the thing with the colors. Like, you see him, you're like, oh, the color's definitely female. Or not, you know, trust me, like, that don't mean nothing right now. He will get pretty. Like, there's definitely will be times that females will show much more coloration than males at this age, and you're like, wow, that's definitely, it doesn't mean diddly squat. You know, it's not necessarily. And then Kiki G. This one is, I believe, man, what are you, Kiki? Come here. Ah, Kiki. This is the chameleon that we watched hatch on a live stream, and is a young female. I thought it was a male because look at the bars. This one had zebra-looking bars the day it hatched. This sucker's the one that kept me up for 48 hours because we were streaming the egg hatching, a live stream. And yeah, that was a rough time. Dudes, even still, the bars on this one make me like, what are you? But there's no hemipenal bulge. But we get the sassiness of, dude, you've got really, there's no hemipenal bulge. I'm going with female. This is female. It's just a small female right now. She'll grow some more. But what? Tell me, like, you literally got the perfectly structured, just not colored up, but ambilobi bars. Oh, yeah, you're funny. Peaky G's a little funny one. But I don't think I see, no, I don't see a hemipenal bulge. I'll put you up. Yeah, we're gonna do, I didn't, you know, Mickey messaged me, he's like, where have you been? So I am gonna be visiting in Springfield, Missouri. One thing about that one is, because Kay lives in Branson, I'm not getting a hotel. Like, which is nice, I don't have the cost of that, so. We have Wasabi out, we got that one out. We had Elvis Parsley. Which one, we're gonna have you out. So I basically got all the ones that over here that are for sure males out. That one, I think it's also a male. We haven't named it. I just got, okay, so this one, I need to find out, you can definitely come. As far as show me's is different. I gotta remember, because I know we'll have Cade and his dad and then me, and then we'll need to figure out exactly, but definitely come down there. As far as, we're gonna have to see what's happening too, because I am doing it with show me's, and well, you know, all of that information, and we're gonna figure out. I'm a little nervous, to be honest. I just am hoping that, I know they wouldn't do that. They'd be really stupid to, like, they've had several vendors in the middle of an expo pack up and leave because of a whole bunch of the other stuff that's been happening. So I know of 3 that they've, or 2, I should for sure know that they have during an actual show. Like, when we went to that last show, right before we got, like, a few hours, I should say, before we got to that show that we went to, they had somebody, like, at 1:30 pack up and leave when there was still, like, what, 3 hours for the show left. So, mind you, I will say, knowing that the subject is sore, I heard that they were passing out flyers for another reptile expo and putting it on the cars, and that's why. But no, I only have jumping spiders. Thank you, Orderly Chaos. Something missed. Hold on, what? Thank you, Orderly Chaos. Ew. So, Omar, with your flight, I'm going to say that I don't know if you can fly directly to Springfield. I'm sure that there's one-way flights to Kansas City or St. Louis. You would literally just stay on 44. You would, once you got into St. Louis and you got on Highway 44, which the airport and Interstate 44 without traffic's about 15 to 20 minutes away from the airport, and you would literally just stay on that highway until you got to Springfield and exited on Kansas Expressway 4. So you'd be on that highway for about 3.5 hours. And then you literally, the expo is being held right off the interstate. So Kansas City to Springfield, I believe the commute's going to be a lot more roads. So, but those are still Kansas City, St. Louis. You do have a higher chance of having a one-way flight. But also, you could just also fly from St. Louis or Kansas City to Springfield. I think they will. So if you are able to, I don't know, but I know Cade used to travel a lot, or he, for work, and planes, and dude, like they'll do crazy, like you might be trying to go to Florida and you're gonna stop maybe in friggin' Michigan, and they're like, oh, now we're gonna go there. And I'm talking about from where I live. Anyways, it's Delta. No, these guys are not dangerous. Maybe to your wallet. Yes. No, yeah, Desi. It's going to depend. So Show Me says a certain rule per person per booth. So I need I have a Regal and a Bold. But I don't breed them. I just have them as pets. I don't breed them. Thank you, Orderly Chaos. What? I need to figure out exactly who was for sure going to. I mean, I know there'll be Charlene. But we need to figure out who else is going to be there, because they have a rule of how many people can actually be helping you at the tables. And the way they're set up can get freaking crowded with them. Although, but yeah, I want you to come down. Crafty, yes. Running those enclosures. Oh, what? Having all of them? No, I don't ever want to have this. I am not going to have this many clutches ever at the same time again, ever. Like, that's never happening again. I don't ever want to. I don't want to keep having a $300 plus cricket bill a week. Like, this is stupid. But hey, I guess it is the life I have chosen, right? Well, this was accident. This was accident. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, basically, okay. You know, I've told you about where we're at, who we're vending with, though, right, Desi? So, all that stuff, right? I don't know how it's going to go down. From my understanding, it'd be really foolish of them to have me leave. But I just want to vend. You know what I mean? I didn't want to get brought into all that, but without even interacting with anybody, I did. So that was really freaking aggravating. We just got to be, I don't know if I'm, yeah. That's what I'm nervous about. And I wish there was a way I could definitely for sure gauge like how everything was going to be received. Because what would really suck is having people drive. But here's the thing. If that ended up happening and I had all y'all drive out from the distance that you're going to be driving, because you understand that's like an 8-hour drive or 7-hour drive for you. Because Springfield is by Arkansas. It's like an hour north of Arkansas. So like an hour, 10, 20 minutes from Arkansas. Like, it is down south Missouri. But I guess if anything happened, dude, I would start. That would piss me off so much. Now, I was never running my mouth. I was never liking any of this stuff. Like, I was never running my mouth on social media about all the other things, and I was never liking other people's posts. I wasn't sharing it. I mean, I saw it, but I wasn't sharing it and whatnot. So that could help me. But, dude, I just know I don't know. I am nervous. You're in St. Joseph? That's awesome. You are. I'm in the St. Louis, Missouri area. About to miss the babies. Okay, here we go. Oh, man. I just filled up this sucker too. So it's like full and heavy. So that's my only thing. I wish I was able to gauge all that. Thank you for the gold coin 313 leak. You know, Crafty, thankfully I haven't had any more in here. But with that being said, I also haven't had like the best type of environment where I haven't had those wasp days. You know, like where it's hot, real hot and muggy, and maybe after a rain where they're getting the mud or whatever. Like I've not had the waspy type of days. So there in general hasn't been any activity of wasp outside. Oh wait, my bad. I was trying to. You guys are like, you never even said nothing. It's like it's almost like she doesn't even go here. She doesn't even go to this school. I really would like to figure a good way out to get a misting system that I can mist those with. Good night, Corbin. Thank you for coming in. Yeah. Well, no. We just got to find out exactly. I need to look at the rules again. Now, the thing is, maybe we'll be receptive. Like, maybe they're going to be, oh, yay, we're here. Because literally, as soon as I registered, I ended up getting a message from the boss man, per se, right away. I was like, where have you been? Which I gave the genuine answer of, well, I haven't had any ready to go until like a month ago, and the last show I've been to that was in September in Nashville. So I just hate all that stuff, you know? And you all, like, I mean, you clearly, I'm not doing stuff on weekend evenings. Like, I'm streaming. Like, I ain't out partying. I'm not out mingling with people. I am here. I take care of the chameleons. There's not that many Panther Chameleon breeders in Missouri. So it's not like when I go to, I have like, oh, like there's so many ball python and gecko breeders that are crested geckos and whatnot that they all kind of like, they kind of all like have something in common that they even trade and whatnot for these shows. For me, no, I don't. And so basically I'm getting like, dude, I don't even get involved with that. Like the only other person that's like Paul, who breeds geckos, I'm kind of like friends with. I don't hang out with him, but shit, it's just, dude, it gets so toxic. I don't even hang out with anybody, and somehow my name gets put into stuff. I hate how that works. You think that that's just things that ends in high school, and no, here I'm in my 30s. Some of these people are in their 40s, maybe even 50s. They don't end. So if you're young and you're on here, even though you're not supposed to be on here, it doesn't end. I mean, it gets a bit better. It's not the same, but like it's still around somehow in some way, even when you're older. And you are like, what the hell is she talking about? Well, people can be shit people. L Junior, thank you so much. We appreciate having you on. I'm gonna grab my other phone so I can see comments better while I'm missing these babies. Everyone's like, what the hell is this chick rambling on about? I'm aggravated, and I can't really get into it on here, but I'm aggravated, guys. All right, now so I can see the comments better. If no, that point you shouldn't. We should just figure out exactly who's all going to be there. That was annoying how my phone decided to take forever to correct the lighting. I don't think you should. I don't think you should. I'm looking like a 25 years age per. Oh, I'm 33. Man, did I miss it all? Wow. Golly, dude. Man, no. Okay. Oh, I can't get into it on here. I don't know who's all watching. Dude, I can't say nothing right now. I don't know who's watching. They did. They're always, the sickos will always come back. They just will. Crafty. Dude, this thing's heavy. Everybody's getting hydrated now. Right, some of them hate it. Why you looking so heavy though? The mister. I don't smoke cigarettes. I wear sunscreen when I'm outside. I mean, I still get tan though. Like I mean, that was from. I haven't been outside on a hot like. I was wearing 75 SPF, and I do tan. I get very dark, but basically, that I try to stay hydrated and drink a good amount of water. I don't, as I said, I've never smoked. I know that will age people more noticeable once you get in your 30s. But I don't do that. I don't drink really. I guess I drank a decent amount for a few years in my 20s, but I don't, like, I haven't had anything to drink since December. I try my best not to fall asleep with makeup. There's been a couple times. If I do, because I'm so worn out, I only have BB cream on like this, and that's not really as bad for your skin as like typical normal foundation. So if falling asleep with heavy makeup on is real bad for your skin. I'm trying to figure out why you all choose to sleep like that. I wish I knew why. I mean, you do. So I don't know. Maybe that's all the advice I got. And I did switch to Korean skincare stuff. Like, I like Peach and Lily. I don't do a whole bunch of the crazy stuff though, because I always have had sensitive skin. So, CeraVe is also another product I like. CeraVe? CeraVe. I always say it wrong. I have 3 children. They're young. But I mean, I am starting. I actually have noticed my first kind of like deeper wrinkle over here, and I'm like, ah. I was like, oh no, what is this? What is that? So. one, like my Aunt Charlene, she's always been more like her and my other uncle Andrew have always been more like siblings because they were born in the 80s. I was born in the like my grandparents had my older uncle and my mom in the 60s, and then they had my other uncle and my aunt in the 80s, and I'm a 90s, so they're always more like siblings, older siblings for me. Like when I would say my grandparents a lot, you know. And I will say this: is she is in her 40s now, and yeah, it wasn't even till like I think she's 40, so she's 45, and it wasn't even until recently like she ended up getting any wrinkles. But so I guess genetics. Uh-oh. Government questions. Yes, Leslie, sunblock makes it just even like the BB cream. I think this is like 30 SPF or something that I wear. So like that makes such a huge difference. People don't. Oh God, where was? I'm sure you can find a video on YouTube. There's this lady. I think she's in her 70s or 80s, and she did apply sunblock to her face every day from her 20s on. Even though sunblock was different when she was in her 20s, she applied it on her face every day, but she did not apply it to her neck. And the outward appearance of her skin, she hardly has any sun damage on her face noticeable at all. On her neck, super leathery, like wrinkled compared to her face. And then that, what's that type of imagery they'll do where it actually show, it's like, it's not like a picture, it's not an x-ray, but it shows the sun damage on your skin. It was crazy difference between her face and her neck. I'm like, oh wow. These are baby chameleons. So some of them are not hooked up to my misting system yet. So I mist them so they get hydrated. So here's one, if we can see it. Oh, wait, a baby chameleon. He's just there. Oh, look at the water. He's like, yes, water. No, water. I got a little water droplet right there on my nose. How freaking precious. Hold on. How precious, smiling. It looks like he's just like, ah. Look how peaceful that baby's sleeping and look. Oh my God, how freaking cute. So I breed Panther Chameleons. I got males behind me. Some of the babies, I saw babies on the other side of these that we can't see yet. We'll see them when we get over there. But so that's what I do. I'm Brittany. I breed Panther Chameleons. 313 Leak, thank you for the gold coin. I'm so happy they do Crafty. That means a lot to me. Little baby dragons, right? Moonlight Express. Uh-oh. If you want to have somebody that's a good role model for not being impulsive, making really good financial decisions, explaining how to obtain wealth and make a generational wealth to your children and generations after you, to invest your money that you have into the right things, this is not your live stream for that. But I can tell you a lot about chameleons and other shit, so I don't know. I guess it's just what you think's useful. Thank you again, Leslie. Thank you for coming in here. Okay. Now, see, I said chameleons. I'm not that knowledgeable about the blue tongue skink or any skinks. They're cool. I've never kept one. And even though I have a bearded dragon and keep, I just, as far as like the random facts that I know about Panther Chameleons, it's not there for the beardies. I love my beardie. My beardie's doing really good. Big ass enclosure. He's in a 6-foot long Zen habitat. But I don't know all the randoms because I don't breed them. I don't think I'll ever get into breeding bearded dragons. Not that I have anything. I love bearded dragons. I'll tell you what though, they eat so much as babies. They eat so much. As much money as I, and they have huge clutches. They have multiple clutches. I know it's hella expensive to raise. It's hella expensive to raise. I wasn't expecting that. It's hella expensive to raise. bearded dragons. That was a light, bright light, bright light. And what about Florida? I don't know. I don't know if there's some about Florida. Don't find it, the cookies. Oh. I have a boyfriend. He's here. He's sleeping because he's got to wake up early and do some more stuff for his storage unit business. But the calls, getting things arranged for that. But yeah, he's here. I think he'll leave a little bit. He'll leave in the morning tomorrow, but then he's going to come back super late on Thursday. And then he'll leave again on Saturday. So he's spending some time with me. And I'm like, hee hee hee. All happy and stuff about it. What? Yeah, he's sleeping. Kate is sleeping. Kate's a very busy man. He's definitely been very supportive and very helpful of this journey that we're doing right now with all these chameleons. Oh God. Well, okay. It depends on how you raise the chameleons. They eat a lot. From my understanding, bearded dragons, I think, eat a lot. But I would imagine just with how they move more, like the baby chameleons, like they need to eat more than adults because they're growing. We're not, the type of creature a chameleon is, I have seen my bearded dragon almost get zoomies. That's not how, like, almost, not, I know they're not zoomies, but like the way that they are, they're just so much like more darky and like active. I'd imagine that they're burning calories at a greater rate than chameleons are. Because, like, I mean, everyone I've ever talked to, like, you don't understand how much food the beardies eat when they're babies and young too. Like, they eat a lot. But I think they also have pretty big clutches. One thing, when I'm looking at my other phone, the comments are not translated, so I can't see that right now. Depending on how other things are, we may. But speech, so chameleons in general are going to be considered more, I hate saying they're an advanced species of reptile because I did not have any prior experience with chameleons, or reptiles I mean when I got into chameleons. But the easiest species of chameleons to keep are going to be veiled and panther chameleons. They are the ones that are more forgiving with certain, like they adjust more to different temperatures and humidity levels compared to other chameleons. Like Jackson's chameleons example, their husbandry is very similar to panthers. However, they have a huge temperature drop at night that like 20 degrees. So they thrive with a 20-degree drop at night. So you are talking mid and upper 50s. You have to get the room that temperature because you cannot just cool down the temperature to that extent without the room temp also being a lot cooler, which I don't want my house that cold. But panthers and veils. Veils are a lot less expensive than panthers. They are usually under $100. I think the most I've ever seen one was a really pretty older male, like a full-grown male, well taken care of. And they wanted like $150 for him. However, they do not have the color range. They do not have the bright, vibrant colors like panthers do. Like, they have a pretty green coloration on them, and sometimes you'll see like yellows and maybe some blues, but it's like speckles of it. Okay. Also, they tend to be dicks. Like, the males they're typically a really mean chameleon. Like, they are, yeah, you'll run into ones that are calmer here and there, but for the most part, they hate you. Like, they will bite you. They just hate you forever. They're grumpy. Panther chameleons are going to be, for males with the coloration, you're going to spend $500 or more, depending on locality and color and phenotype of locales. But you have the amazing coloration, and you'll usually end up, they tend to be a bit calmer than veils. Now, obviously, you'll run into them that are just little shitheads as well, but the thing with chameleons is you got to go with the mindset of they're not going to like you. Aim for that maybe they'll tolerate you. But the best thing is if they look at you as the cool walking tree that brings them food and they walk out to you. But go at it with that they're going to hate you. Yeah, typically they will. Now, I have met people who are like, their veils are super chill. Wait, 400 what? I got to 400 likes. Yes! Thank you all so much. L Jr., thank you for the floating heart. I mean, thank you so much. Nadini Knox, 25-year-old male. What? Well, duh. Yes. I hope he would. I mean, come on. We want him to be able to do that. Because I can't, look, I'm not necessarily like, she's going to be in the what is it, or WNBA? Like, that's not, I don't think. People are like, that's what she's going to do in life. El Jenny, thank you for the Sunday. Thank you. I would hope so, because he's the GOAT, right? Oh, God, I might start a whole debate. Is it Michael Jordan? Is it LeBron? Who is it? I don't know. I'm going to start a fucking debate. Woohoo! That's a whole other topic, isn't it? Not related to this at all, but I feel like I could really ruffle some feathers, per se, with that one. No, I don't play basketball. I don't. It's not that I like football. I actually really like to play football. Basketball was just, I like to shoot hoops, and that was it. So no, I didn't play basketball. What happened? Thank you for the party hat, L Junior. Bye, Panther Chameleons. Yay! No. Do I get? I mean, I'll get them here and there. You are so amazing. Wait, what? What do you mean people don't care what I say? Listen, there's some things I could say that would probably piss some people off, so they do indeed care what we say. This easy to make a living? Boy. What does that mean, though? Are you saying you're 26 years old? You're saying you're 26? Miss Martinez, I'm sure. Listen, I'm 33. I haven't been in class in a hot minute. Okay, I haven't been to class in a hot minute. My name is Brittany. My business name is Midwest Panther Chameleons. Silly. Oh my God! Hey, thank you. My old ass middle aged millennial self here is like, what are you saying? Just like years ago when that kid came up to me, he was like, "Do I got Riz?" I'm like, "The fuck are you saying?" And then his mom's like, "How dare you cuss at my kid?" I'm like, why is he coming in my face asking me this weird question? I was like, the fuck? I wouldn't, if he'd like, Brittany, no. It's not anything. He's just asking if you think he's cool, basically. I'm like, oh, no. Or, you think you're crafty? My name is Brittany. I will do things for $20. Fucking $20 is $20, but there's a limit to the things I do for $20. Like, I might, I don't know. I might put on a different shirt, and for $20 I might do 10 jumping jacks with just like an extremely baggy ass t-shirt on, so we don't get that gratification. But I'm not gonna do like jumping jacks for free. But I will definitely have a baggy ass shirt on for that shit. So, but again, just saying. Of course. You know what? Oh, sure. You go ahead. You do that for $3. I'm in the garage still. Dude, no, yeah. Whitney is my intoxicated name, so we don't see Whitney. We won't see Whitney only for some time on TikTok because my boyfriend wasn't paying attention that I was still live streaming or whatever on TikTok. Did unfortunately a lot of people see Whitney that night, but you know. I don't do jumping jacks. I'm just saying, like, now I'm not just gonna be like, you know, there's obviously curves that are like jumping jacks, but so we would not allow that gratification to happen. No, okay, no, it's definitely a lot more than that. Whitney is like, we can't. Whitney just says shit. Like we were at my boyfriend's old job's freaking company Christmas party, and then like I just started. You gotta understand the type of people that were at this. Like it's different, right? Like it's a different. They're all wearing like Louis Vuitton shoes, very expensive, and I just start live streaming like the CEO. Oh, dude, it was bad. I'm like, you're so beautiful. Dude, that one's so difficult to open up. These lower ones are so difficult. That's the thing that sucks about these ones are way down here. Yo, there's certain things that you say and you're just going to be done out of here. Supposedly, if we were doing it, if you were modding on a desktop, or if I think you can actually ban them, but I don't know how. I wish, my one complaint about streaming on YouTube is I wish it was more mobile friendly for certain aspects of it. Because there's certain things even on YouTube Studio I can't do on the app unless I get to the desktop version. So that is a little annoying. But rather than that, I've been really enjoying doing my streams on YouTube. Dude, these are sit down here is difficult to get to misting. Okay. Oh god, thank god, we're done with all that. see my knees are like, Shit. Hear you there. I hear you there, Crafty. Dude, I hate the... Don't fall. I have to make sure my tripod's not... The floor in this garage, the concrete is so freaking whack. It's so bad. Thank God my OtterBox is pulled through every time, because my phone's definitely had some really bad falls. Yeah. What did I do? Who went gangster? Me? Did I? Or did Davon and like the mods do? I feel like they usually are. God, these babies, man. I hate the way that they like sleep up there like that. Dude, live stream so people can follow you. Charlene, how are you doing? How are you doing? I'm misting baby chameleon enclosures. So you need to get hydration and have their humidity levels up and all that good jazz. Nope. Hold on. Sean. What was cool for a change? What? Did I go feral? Was I like almost modless or something, or only had one mod? Or are you saying that the mods went? Oh no. Oh god. Oh no, Charlene. Probably. I mean, I've already told you, I had that one dude that had 7 troll accounts that were the same thing with just a few different numbers on their username. Same profile picture. That was trying to get me to say stupid shit. They had 7 different accounts. There's people that just enjoy trolling. It's insane. But that's what they like to do. And it's like all they do. Yeah, they are. The mods are doing such a good job. I was trying to catch up. Shoot, Charlene. No, God, no. That's... You said burning with a fever? Oh my God, I know you're mad at me for that, but you would have fallen out. Well, it's 4 a.m. But I just, they have their lights on for 12 hours and off for 12 hours. But this is just, I'm missing the babies one last time for their, their lights are off, so a lot of them are falling asleep now. Even with the building lights on, or whatever you want to call it, the room lights. But they will be, this is just their last little bit of, because some of them are, like, I'm seeing some of them actually drink after I'm done spraying. Dude, Charlie, that's scary. Dang. Dang, Danny. Danny said, we sick of it. Danny said, we're sick of it. Thank you. What? All right, Crafty. No, I don't. You don't bathe them. I am misting. I'm not trying to get the actual chameleons wet. What's going to happen? You forget when the mister's going off. Even the ones that have their own automatic misting system. Now, some of them literally sleep in front of the misting nozzle. Like, they're choosing to do that. They know that's where it goes off at. Some of them forever hate the mister. Some of them actually like it. But this is just, yeah, you get them up to 100. You try to get to 100% humidity at night. However, unless you're doing a combination of fogging and misting, you can get close, but you won't get to that. And it's not the entire night that they're sleeping, but after several hours of lights being off, you want to get up there. Damn. Why are we getting a whole bunch of like wow emojis? What's happening? Am I missing some comments? I'm sure. Oh god, alright. I'm done misting. This up. Okay. All right. Now we aren't going to do a chameleon after hours. We're not going to go into the living room just because I don't want to wake up Kate or Amelia. Or my kids, or hold on, let me get. I just know. There we go. I have the phone. Okay. I mean, no, I enjoy it. I just want to get back to being able to get some decent sleep. I really do enjoy it. I enjoy streaming. I enjoy caring for them. This is a lot of I won't have this many clutches ever. I won't ever do this again. I'll make sure that it doesn't happen on accident again. Thank you. Well, crock pots are pretty, they're pretty relatively easy. I mean, there's some recipes that are you have to do different things. Like maybe some of them, there's some things that you've actually cooked the meat before you put it in it. Things like that, but yeah, they're easy to do. I'm happy that you all came. What? What? I'm from the St. Louis, Missouri area. What are you saying? I'm confused. Oh god, no. No to all that. No. No. Well, when you keep a room dark, so they sleep for 12 hours and when it's dark to when it's light outside. But when it stays, if you have like, where there's not much natural sunlight that goes into a room, or if you have stuff that's blocking the light, you can have their hours basically whenever, as long as they're getting 12 hours of UVB heat. Why does everyone know how old I am? Yeah, well, they are native, so they are native to, oh my god, they're native to Madagascar, which is really close to the equator. If not, does the equator go through Madagascar? But anyways, it's really close to the equator, so yeah, they have 12-hour days. All right, so I am going to call it a night warning. Now tomorrow night, so Wednesday night, possibly Thursday night, because Cade will come back late Thursday. He'll probably come back around midnight. He'll probably get back here. But tomorrow night I will do an after cam staying out in the living room. So, oh, I have a lot. Oh, we have a lot. You know, you're not even seeing my mail enclosures that are a lot larger. Possibly, hopefully. He's just been so busy. He used to be on my streams all the time. And his life got so busy and he just can't stop. When he stops, it's when he's sleeping. So, good night, everybody. Thank you for coming in. Be sure to subscribe. I usually stream nightly, unless I'm just like occasionally I'm like I just don't feel good or whatever. So, I'll see you all later, and I hope this is all Panther Chameleons here, but I have over 200 because I breed them. I'll see you all tomorrow. 313 Leak, thank you for the gold coin. Thank you. You have an amazing rest of your night, morning. A lot of us are about ready to go to work here soon, so see you all.